use our indicators and what's going on here. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're just going to start using coin alerts. So inside the Discord, coin alerts, let's go see what's going on there. Alp, you hear me? All right, so right now we have Lena 2-hour RSI. I'm looking for trends, right? So RSIs are great as well. Yo, 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 you see my screen? Is it sharing? All right. All right, so let's go ahead and walk through all the stuff that we have. I know we have a lot going on here. So 2-hour trend is happening at 8 o'clock. It's 8:47. So we have a FTT 1-hour red trend, right? We have some RSIs. See whatever trend we have. Okay, so let me jump over here to trading view and let's get into some alerts. All right, so I have on my alerts, I have Bell short January 12th at 15. Okay, so I gotta get my alerts running here. They're active. I noticed earlier the alerts kind of went crazy and then they slowed down. All right, so let's take a look at ARPA. Oh, okay, yeah. You talking about here in the alerts or just on the trading view? All right, so we have a wild. Let's go look at this wild trend, right? So we had wild 1-hour trend, right? So let me pull up wild here. All right, so we're gonna dig in here, guys, and we're just gonna look at some trades real quick. All right, so what I want to do here is kind of walk everybody through the basics of their trading view real quick. So in trading view, you have time frames, right? And sometimes you guys will pull up a chart and it'll look like you can see everything. And then you'll go to a chart and you'll go to something like a week and then it looks like this. And you guys are like, I can't see anything, man. Okay, take your mouse, move it over to the middle of the screen, scroll your mouse sideways, and then click and drag, scroll, click and drag, scroll, click and drag, scroll, 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 and now you can see that you have candles, right? And this is what this does. It makes it go wide, right? So it's width, right? So when you have your mouse, you scroll up and down, it creates width. Now, your candles are all over your chart. You need to go to this little right side, and you'll see where the numbers or the price of whatever stock, crypto, or whatever you're looking at. And you need to take your mouse over there, and then you need to scroll your mouse up and down, and this is where you get height, right? So now you can make your candles taller, shorter, and then you can kind of like combine them together where you can start dragging it around and make the candles fit whatever position you want. Now keep in mind every time you change the time frame, it will change the candles, and you need to kind of slowly adjust them as you move through. But if you slowly move down through the time frames, you make small adjustments that you don't realize you're doing, and then eventually you realize you go to 4 hour to 1 hour, you open it up a little so you can see it, then you drop down to the 15-minute, which you need to open up so you can see it, and then it's really casual because you're going through some basic moves and you're not really going crazy. But if you go from 15 to a week, then it looks really chaotic. But if you go back to your 15-minute, not too bad. And if you go from 15 minutes to 1 minute, it's not that bad because they're pretty close in size, right? So that's how you use it right there. Use your mouse, guys, to move around. Now the other thing is, guys, welcome in True Friday. Now the other thing is, guys, right here, if you double click in there, you will bring up all your indicators, right? If they're missing on the page, and if you need to see them, just one indicator, double click that indicator, and they'll become the entire screen. Double click, go back, and that's how you can take a full view of your indicator if you need to see a little better. And then these indicators all have boxes, and just find the double arrow. You see how that double arrow pops up? Now I can adjust this indicator on how much of the screen I want it to take. And then I can also do the same thing with the candles, with the indicators, to make the indicators fit inside their own box. And then once I have them fitted into the top and the bottom of their box, then I lower the indicator down so that it's all set. But once I move the indicator around to where it fits inside of its own box, right? So from top to bottom, then I can lower that, and now that indicator is all set up. So that is how easy it is to use your indicators. Now let's get back to this trade here. Looks like we do have some downturn here. So first things first, let's go back to our alerts. We have a wild 1-hour red trend, right? So let's jump over to wild. we're going to look for the 1 hour red trend. Slide down, 1 hour red trend, right? Scroll down on my mouse and look at that beautiful trade that came out of that 1 hour, right? So let's kind of work through what happened here. We had a 1 hour trade that came in at 6:22 p.m. That was 2.5 hours ago for me. So 6:22 p.m. I'm gonna go ahead and mark this area here. 6:22 p.m., which would be around this time here, is where we were alerted of this red trend, right? So this is where we were told about the red trend, and this is an area that we should be looking to get into that. And it's probably came before that. Wild 1 hour red trend. Wire 1 hour red trend. Wow, right. So the indicators, when you start getting multiple alerts in a row, bing, 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 that means it's actually building momentum. So that's when you need to pay attention. Is not when you get one alert that says ZIL 1 hour red trend, but when you get like a 1 hour alert and then 20, 30 minutes later, another one, and then another one. That means it's picking up momentum, and that's where you want to get it. So in reality, the very first, see, take a look there, Alf. I think the very first one came in for Wild. See if you can find it with me as well. Looks like the very first one. Look at all these red trends, man. It's so nice to get alerts on what's happening on the market. I don't have to watch a chart 24/7. I just get an alert and it just pops in there. Megan sent a quick message. Thanks, I got control of my candle. Megan's in control of her candles, guys. They no longer tell her what she's looking at. Way to go, Megan. Shout out to Megan controlling the candle. They're tough. They're tough out there, bro. Can't. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Everybody does that, and there's a lot of people that never adjust the candle. They they just never see the chart. It's like absolutely tiny, but they never figure it out. It's funny. But yeah, you gotta use your mouse. All right, so let's go through here. Boo boo boo, Litecoin engine, yada yada, MXI. Here's Wild. So the first alert on Wild came at 4:21 p.m. Let's go take a look at Wild. So here's how this played out. 4:21 p.m., which would be 1621. So this is when Wild was coming up with a short, an indicator, right? So when you get this indicator to do a short, you would then slide over here and you go to your 1 hour and notice that you already have a 1 hour red move. So just so you guys know, when we do this short, we do this like this. The first entry of a short comes on a 1 hour red moon. Okay. Now, to do this entry, you would find your 1 hour red moon, which would actually be on this candle because the alerts come before they happen. And then you would slide down to what's called a 30-minute RSI, which is right here. And what you'd be looking for is the beginning of a short, right? So if anybody understands what a short is, it's for us, we have a what's called a pullback, right? And a pullback is where when you get a 15-minute red moon, which is here, right? So the 15-minute red moon starts off by popping up here, and then the beginning of the short is on the 15-minute red trend, which is here, which puts us in a trading view and block, which would say in this zone here, right? So this is the zone that we would deem the beginning of our short trade here, right? So this is how it works. We get the alert for the 1 hour moon. We then look for a 15-minute red moon to confirm the short. We then move to a 15-minute moon and trend, which we get here, and this is where we start our short position, right? So every trade does the same thing, guys. So the trades all do the same thing, and you can expect them to do the same type of thing, right? Let me send some shout outs there. Speaker Dan, what up, baby? Watermelon, welcome in, Watermelon. Now, while I'm setting this up, guys, these are called trading zones, right? So this first zone here is going to be our first trade zone, and every trade does a very simple pattern, right? And the first move down is your first move, and from your first move, you always expect some type of buying, and then you have another move to the downside. And from there, that's kind of where you want to be in your position, right? So the very first position is the red moon, right? And as you can see, if we go back to our 1 hour, let's back it out to our 1 hour. When you get a 1 hour red moon, which is on this candle, okay? On this candle up here, that's your first move. So you have a 1 hour pull down, right? And then 1 hour needs to find some type of bounce here. Right? So it needs to have some type of bounce inside the 1 hour. And then from that, after it bounces, right, this is where we're going to find our second move down. Now, a lot of guys, if you're in trading for a while, people always say there's a pattern called an M or a W, right? An M moves up, comes down, it bounces, and then it continues to its downside, right? So inside of here, the indicators of what we're doing here is we're already catching the first moving of the M, the bounce, and then we're getting into that next move, right? But we just executed a lot better with a very simple process and strategy, right? First move is entry on a red moon, right? So we'd be entering a short position somewhere off the top up here. So the original entry point is actually coming from this trading zone here, right? So that's the red moon, okay? So right now, this trading zone here is the red moon. We rotate down into our entry play. What is our entry play? Our entry play is the 15-minute red moon confirming with the 1 hour red moon, which puts your entry in this area here. Confirmation of the trade comes in on the 15-minute red trend, which is here, which basically starts, it just confirms everything. So let's walk through the basis. The first 1 hour moon is the trade recognition. The 15-minute red moon is basically trade confirmation, right? So the 1 hour moon is simply a trade possibility, right? It's the start of a trade. The 15-minute red moon is confirming that that trade is happening, right? Now, confirmation of that trade, which creates the entry, is the 15-minute red trend, which happens here, right? So how we execute this trade is we have 3 points of access to this trade, and we use these access points as our targets and entries, right? So as it moves forward or progresses, we know how much it's going to do based off how it responds to what it's doing, right? So the first move that we get after a 15-minute red trend is the big pullback retrace move. We expect a bounce out of that move, and then from that bounce, whatever it does from that recovery, then we know we're getting into our next entry into that position, right? So that's what we teach and train through the process of the Academy of like trading, right? So it's a very simple process. Now, how we get to these moves, we follow the same system over and over, and the system is very, very clean, right? Let me send some shout outs out here. What's up? Hey guys, if you're inside the TikTok, make sure you hit the live. I'm listening to all your questions. If you have any questions, please hit them up and I will address them as much as I can. Let me move that forward for you so that way that light's out of your way. Let me adjust the camera here for these guys. You don't want to look at my Nike symbol. All right. So what we're teaching here is how to do your due diligence and how to understand what you have going and go and build from that, right? Hey, BC, how are you? What's up, Albert? Yo, Albert, I'm gonna get back to you in a minute, brother. We're just kind of running through. We're just working through the levels over here of the um, this little trade piece right here, right? And these are tips and tricks to everything else. So this isn't an academy. This isn't an academy trading video to cover how to go through this entire trade. This is just a overall view of the entire academy trade, right? So inside the academy, you're going to learn very specific steps to all these trades so that you can, take advantage of each level of your own skills. So you don't have to be an expert trader. You don't have to be of someone, what happened to the big time candle going all the way down? That's a big red candle, man. Yeah, go over to hit the videos, big dog. We'll get you all squared away. So at the end of the day, guys, we're just going to walk through a very simple process, right? We focus on what's called the 1 hour time frame, trading inside the 1 hour time zone, and then the targets inside the trading zone, right? So walking through this trade, it's very simple. 1 hour red moon sets the table. Once we get a pull down from that 1 hour red moon, which would be the 15-minute RSI pulling down into a red moon, then we start entering our trade at this level. So our entry level would have been somewhere in here, which would have started off our beginning of our entry trade for our short, okay? And that's going to be this trade right here. And then the confirmation of, you can see here it pulls down, it bounces up and starts to move up. This is where we would be buying more into our trade on the next confirmation, which is the red trend, which happens right here, right? And that's kind of like the entire beginning of the trade. So these are the 2 points where we would actively have entries. So we would have an entry here and an entry here. So those 2 points right there are entries, and they feed into each other, right? And how we would enter this, like I said, I'm not going to go too far into it because you don't want to follow. If you're in the academy and you're learning, go to your what where you're at in your lesson, and then from there, you can get tips and tips. But this is just for an overall idea of how we crush these trades, right? So first entry is your 1 hour moon, starts to head down on that 1 hour red trend right here, 15-minute moon right there. First entry, right? So let me fix that, hit the settings. First buy right there. And then our second buy is, second entry is the trend, right? So first entry is the moon. Boop, boop, boo, boop, boo, do, 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 do. First entry is the moon, and that's the 15-minute moon. And the second entry is the 15-minute trend. So this gives us our 2 entries into this trade, and they end up being pretty much around the same level. So we didn't lose too much, and we broke even there. Sometimes it pushes a little higher, and you get cost average into your entry, or it doesn't come as high, and you enter in your cost averaging on the opposite side of it, right? So our first entries are normally 50% of our bag. Our second entries are the other 50% to protect us from bounces and also trying to get us more of a better entry point. And sometimes 80% of the time it'll go kind of against us by a little bit, but it's better to be safe than sorry. And like I said, if you're in the academy, you're brand new to the academy, make sure you understand that I'm giving you the lessons of the academy all kind of in one row. You do not take all these lessons at once. You start off with a very simple process of the 1 hour moon, the 15-minute entry, the 15-minute trend entry, and that's pretty much how you rock and roll. Right? You don't need to know all this extra stuff we're covering. This is just the basis, right? So now here's our entry. We take that on our basic move, enter here on the moon and enter here on the trend. That would put us currently where we have hit a target of 12%, right? So you guys can see right there, this was a 12% trade. Now, what does that mean, right? What does 12% mean? Well, if you're in a spot trade, 12% means you made 12% spot. Yo, what's going on, Walter? Thanks for the follow, man. Ho, Josh Mendez, what up, baby? Hey, Winward, what up, baby? Winward. Guys, welcome in, man. Welcome into TikTok, guys. Appreciate you, man. If you have any questions, post, put some ones in the chat. Don't get to the likes, guys. We gotta get to 10,000 likes real quick. Share the live while you're in here, guys. We're gonna roll through this real quick. So, what does 12% mean, right? 12% means that if you're in a spot trade, you made 12%. If you're in any type of leverage, it's this percentage times your leverage. So if you're in a 10x leverage, it'd be 12% times 10, 120%. If you're in a 20x leverage, it would be 120% times 2 because it'd be 20%, so 240. If you're in a 100x leverage, then you just made 1200%, right? So mastering how to use leverage is a very big key to using, the power of trading and the tools that are available to us now to eat better, right? So we can 5 times our money by understanding futures and leverage and margins, which is how the big boys do it, right? So it's just a very simple thing. Most people, just to put it on a scale of understanding, if you're a good trader, hey, what do you think about XRP? I think XRP is one of the best projects in crypto and always will be for now. That's what I can say about XRP. Which broker can I do use shorts and leverages? So guys, we're gonna put up a screen here for MEXC. Give me 1 minute. I did make a video on MEXC, but they banned it. So let me cover MXT for you in a sec, but we'll give you a VIP pass. So how to use leverage properly and use it correctly is the key to making money, right? It's understanding how to take profits, which most people don't, is where they fail to make money, is because they fail to take profits properly, right? So you can use leverage to make yourself a lot of money. And to put it in perspective, it goes like this. A good trader, right? So a good trader will understand that if he gives all his money to the bank will give him 0.006% interest. If he gives it to the bank as a trading platform where they help him trade, then they offer him 2 to 3% on his money, maybe 5. And if he goes to a good brokerage, they'll offer him 5 to 7. And if he has 100,000 to a half a million, they will offer you 7 to 10% back on your money annually on your money. So you're getting about 10% from everybody else in the world. This is why most entrepreneurs become traders and investors themselves, because nobody wants to pay someone a percentage to make them 10%, because when you start making 100,000, 200,000, $300,000 a year, half a million, the last thing you want to do is hand someone a $500,000 and then at the end of the year go, okay, so you made me 50,000. Right. It's kind of like, you feel like you just handed them a $500,000 and they didn't do anything, right? So it's almost like a personal. It's like, dude, I could have bought anything in the world and sold it and made $50,000, right? It's almost like you wasted my life for a year. So every entrepreneur becomes an investor because they know instead of 10% a year, you can master a very simple process of buying and selling very casually and make 20% a month, right? So if you're making 20% a month, right? 20% a month, you have basically in a year, you bring in 240% versus 10. So you have 20x your bank, right? You know what it's like to 20x your bank? So your bank hands you 50,000 at the end of the year, and you could have handed yourself a $500,000 minimum. It's a big difference, right? So everybody out there has to understand, if you're a great trader, you make 20% a month, okay? That's a lot of money, 20% a month. With leverage and all these other tools, right? We built a system and a structure designed to teach you how to make 20% a trade, which if you do 10 trades a month, you have now 10x the 10x, right? That's what I'm saying. If you do the system and structure, you make 20% on all your trades. You actually 10x the 20x that the bank you're doing on the banks, right? So you know what it's like to 20x the banks, but then to 10x your 20x? That's winning, guys, right? Rambo Bambo. I make closer to 25% a year. All right, so Rambo, what's that? Rambo Bambo says I make close to 25% a year, right? So that's big. So basically, when you show your brokerage statement, he doesn't have to show a brokerage statement, bro. So 25%, that's a big number, which is good, right? If you have more money, they can make you more money. If you push a lot of money, they'll try to keep you, right? So at the end of the day, what that comes out to is 25% is basically a high number, right? So let's turn around. Let's take Rambo Bambo. Let's say that they're killing it, right? Let's say they make 50% a year, right? 50% a year, right? So let's move it up. At the end of the day, if you're in crypto or any type of trading that you're trading yourself, by doing basic trades on spot trading, you can earn yourself an average of 20 to 30%, right? So which means in 2 months, you can make what you make in a year. So that would be a 5x on your money, right? So you'd be doing about a 5x, right? So 50% a year, you're doing 20%, 200%, right? Yeah, so you're still doing a 3x on your money. So no matter what you do, trading for yourself is great. All right. And that's kind of like the basics, right? So in a system where you have leverage and all this other things, it's easy to take a 12% move and just say, okay, we don't need 12%. Let's say that it moved 3%, right? And 3% move times a 10x leverage means one trade where a coin moves 3%, you collect 30% on one trade. That's what most people make in a month, right? 30% in one trade, right? Now, given your entire portfolio might be $100,000, but you're only doing $1,000 trades, which means in order to get your full 30% on your entire portfolio, you would have to do 100 trades of $1,000, right? So you have to calculate that in as well. So, and when you break that down, if you're doing 10 trades a month or whatever, 10 months, you'll get where you're at. So that's why having a 10 trade a month process is kind of like the basis, right? But what we find most people do about 10 trades every 2 weeks, which puts them well ahead of their schedule of matching their $100,000, getting a 30x, and plus most trades go for 30 to 300%. So that extra time that their 30% gains are 60, 90, it's actually 3 times more than the normal. So you are always way ahead of your 30%. So if you have a $100,000 portfolio and you're doing 30%, which is God numbers, inside of self trading, you could put yourself in more of a 300% situation, which is a lot better, right? So let's take a look here. So doing the breakdown and kind of like digging all into that. Let's dig into where we're at here. So let's see here. There we go. Confirm that. All right, we're good there. And we don't take into bad mouthing people, Mr. Johnson. So we'll go ahead and remove you, right? You know what it's like when you have Johnson flying around, right? You don't want a lot of Johnson in the mouth, man. All right, so let's get in here, guys. And now that we took the Johnson out of the picture, we can get back to business. All right, now let's focus on what we got here. So how to make money over here and move forward, right? So once you have a system that gives you a certain amount of percentages, then you can basically have something that you see over and over and over, and it helps you calculate what you're doing, right? So on these particular moves, we average about 3 to 12 to 20% per move. So really all we need is a 3% move at a 30% leverage to get us our 90%, which is all we really want to do out of a trade, right? So moving forward, that is how easy to get this trade. A lot of the basics in here, but we're not going to cover all of it. But this is how you take advantage of a very simple short position, right? We start with a 1 hour beginning moon. We create a trading zone. The 15-minute moon creates the target zone. So you have a trade zone. The target zone is hit. Entry off the 15-minute, after the 15-minute trend, second entry, and then you're done. And bada boom, bada bing, you have hit 12%. Now you can notice here that the coin hit that target once, hit it twice, and it looks like it's going to hit it a third time, right? Now, the reason why we take profits, guys, is because no matter how much something is falling, it always has to bounce up because part of the game is finding channels on where to make money. And, 90% of investors lose money trading because they don't understand, when not to FOMO. And so there's always going to be a bunch of people buying something when they shouldn't. And that's kind of what happens here. Like they bought here and they shouldn't, and they hit again and they bought again and they shouldn't, and now it's coming down again. And then eventually they'll create a pocket, and then people who have sold up here have made their money, and they'll buy back in a lower position over here, and then they'll ride it back up, and they'll go through the same thing over and over. But that's how that trade happens there. Is this World Coin? No, this is Wild Coin. Wild Coin. So like wild. So that's the basics there. All right, so that's how you walk through that, man. That pretty much cover everything, Alf. Makes sense? So that's kind of how we got the trends. Now we're gonna dig into the trends here. Obviously, Wild came out there. There we go, and then that was the trend. So this is how the indicators work here. What's up, Moose? Sandrosis. Mom Sandrosis. Thanks for the follow, man. Can't read that one there. Eric Feblis. Thanks for the likes for, how do you say that? Spico? Ryan the Pitbull, follow the. Thank you, Ryan. Thanks for the follow, guys. Thanks for the follow. All right, so that's kind of how we use our indicators here, guys. And let's go take a look at some more coins here. So currently, we're going to go take a look. And sometimes, guys, the market's not hitting and the market's not, happening. And we can kind of tell that by our indicators because we're not getting a lot of alerts and there's not a lot going on here. So we can see in this time frame here, we're not really digging in too much here, but there are a lot of RSIs that are crossing, right? RSIs are resets where a trade that already happened will reset, the RSI will bounce, and then it'll continue with its move down. So a lot of these trades that we're seeing here on the RSIs are just confirmation of continuation of trades, right? So let's go take a peek here. And as we can see here, Ocean has a 2-hour RSI oversold, right? So let's go take a look at Ocean real quick. Ocean, baby. Ocean. All right, so let's dig into Ocean now. RSI resets, kind of like a little kind of explanation of what Ocean or RSIs are. Um, we can see here Ocean 2-hour RSI oversold. So there's a lot of oversolds here on Ocean, meaning if we go to our 2-hour, we're going to see that the RSI should be, oversold, right, and coming down, which we've seen there. And we have a 2-hour crossing of our moon, indicating a continuation of a short, right? And we'll kind of walk you through again here. Now, what an RSI is, guys, an RSI is basically what they call sentiment, right? So if you listen to somebody and they say, "What's the sentiment of the coin, the stock, or whatever?" The RSI is basically the relative strength index, and what it means is, based on orders and everything that's happening, when people start buying, the RSI normally starts to move up, and when it's oversold, overbought or whatever, overbought would be at the top, and then it's just letting you know that there's so much money in there that it's at the point where there's not a lot of sellers and there's more buyers, so it's pinning it higher. And then when they start selling, the RSI starts to come down because the sentiment is that it's time to take profits, right? Now this is actually in our Discord, we see that Ocean is oversold. Meaning oversold means the RSI should be at the bottom because there hasn't been that many buyers to overtake the sellers. So Ocean should have a situation where the RSI is toward the bottom. And we can see here that the RSI is at the bottom. And this is why you see the stochastic RSI is at the bottom here, right? So this is just letting us know that Ocean is oversold and that right now the sentiment for Ocean is that it should be bought because they've been selling it more than buying it. Now, sentiment just simply means that at that current time, there's more people selling, but it doesn't mean you should buy, right? What makes you buy? Well, if you guys don't understand that, you need to go watch a video from this dude, VC Crypto Nation. He calls it Volume is King, right? It's a video on why every coin that you will ever buy or sell moves off one single indicator, and that one single indicator will tell you everything you need to know about your coin, whether you should buy, whether you should sell, whether you should buy, whether you should sell. It's one indicator. One indicator. All then there's 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 indicators out there. There's only one that matters. But if you don't understand it, then what's the difference, right? So I won't get into it too much because you don't understand it. So why get into it? But there's a video by that guy, right? I did watch that video. I sent him a shout out. Shout out to you, VC. Appreciate you, man. You're a good guy. All right. So coming back to the volume part, right? That's a whole other video. One day I'll make a video on it and I'll pass on some knowledge. But let's get into this oversold RSI. Now, what does the RSI actually mean? Is SUI good to sell, take profits? So SUI, let's go to SU, right? And I'll kind of like how easy it is to take a look at a coin here, right? So anybody in the Discord, you guys hear me? Let's take a look here. And we don't sell or buy on emotions or whatever's going on out there. We have to have some type of statistic, some type of indicator telling us what to do, right? So I'm gonna pull up SUI. We got SUI, SUI, SUI. All right. So the first thing for me is that all my sales or all my cells start with a 1 hour red move. Okay. So the very first thing for me right here, brother, is that remember the trading zone, right? So let's walk through this. Let's slide over here, and yes, the 200 and the the 200 and the 20 moving average. Thank you, Chief Editing Officer. So there are, yeah, so you do have so there are many ways to look at something, right? So 200 moving average, 20 moving average, 50 moving average. There is a trading style and a way to trade the moving average, but there are also the the basic moving average and the EMA moving average, right? They're two little differently. How they react. The EMAs move quicker and are more sensitive than the regular moving average. So when you dig into the moving average, there's a lot of things you got to learn, but 200 moving average, 50 moving average, kind of like sits in there, right, as well. EMAs are good too. Yeah, EMAs are good. They move a lot quicker. I use EMAs because I like indicators that are every indicator has where depending on how you develop them, right? So we have developed indicators to alert us ahead of time instead of lagging behind time, right? So we use the EMAs instead of the basic moving average because the EMAs will trigger faster and sometimes it'll might cause a fake out, but we're not worried about a fake out. We're not worried about a fake out every two every 10 trades. We're more concerned about being accurate on 8 trades to save profits or to get into entries, right? So I'll take that over that any day, right? So when you get an EMA cross, like Chief Editing Officer over here is talking about, it comes out to where it gives you a good opportunity, right? So that's a whole nother different ballgame. I don't want to get too much into that, but just so you guys understand how there's a lot of ways to trade. So the first thing here, guys, is we have a 1 hour red move, right? So we're gonna have the indicator here. This is gonna be our 1 hour trading zone, right? So this is a confirmation of a possible trade. When the 1 hour trade hits, Megan, can you hear me? Megan. What's up, rookie? Hey, Stelios, you hear me? DB's keys. What up, baby? So, when you see the things that come in here, guys, what you want to do is the first thing is you see SUI, right? Our next indicator is an entry point, which would be a 15-minute red move, right? So let's slide over here. Here's our first beginning of our trade, right? Here's our 15-minute red move happening here, right? So this is the second part of the move, right? So this is where the 15-minute red moon starts to activate possible short action here, right? What's the next trade that we look for that we kind of like slide into? It's going to be the indicator on the trade, which is right here. Let me open this up. This is going to be the 15-minute trend. So we're going to dig into this one a little bit harder than most. All right, so there we go. Okay, so now here's 3 trading zones for SIU or SUI, right? SUI. So first trading zone is the 1 hour red moon. Okay. Second is the 15-minute red moon, right? So here's your area of trading. The third is going to be the 15-minute red moon. Now notice all these came in here, and it kind of gives us a flat entry point here. And I'm going to put a box here that will be consider our entry points, right? So 1 hour red moon, and then 15-minute red moon right here. So this little section here so far is considered our trading zone, right? I'm gonna turn that red, and that's where we're at right now. So this is the trading channel where we would be entering these trades and looking for the next continuation of the move, right? Which is going to be on a downward position. So yeah, if you're holding SUI, right now would be looking at some type of move to the downside there. So it looks like SUI is building up for a pullback here, right? We pull you back here, boys. I'm gonna pull you back, give you a little more space there. Right, there you go. There you go. Treat you guys like your family. Treat you like you family, boys. My family on TikTok. Yeah, get you guys in here, man. Get you in here, man. You're even in the video. Look, you're in the main video. You're streaming now, guys. All right, so let's go through this trade. Now, this is an active trade. This is that a demo? No, demo, man. It's live. It's live trading. So right now we're going to pull back SUI, and I'm going to pull this a little bit to the right so we can deal with the whole thing, right? Chief, what up, man? Good to meet you too, sir. So, guys, just so you know, share the live. I welcome everybody to come in. The thing about VC Crypto Nation is, we want to bring a lot of people together, cover every way to make trades, teach people education on trading, crypto, and all that good information. And then everybody can, build a nice community of people that can help each other, take advantage of this great opportunity that's out there, and not make mistakes and feel like they're on their own, right? So one of the things that we're going to point out here, guys, is we do use what's called the 200 EMA, which is right here, this moving average. And you can see right here that at this moment, the dynamic is a pull down to this trend. So more than likely, SUI is going to find its way down to this 200 moving average, which is about $1.08. And then from there, it might find a pullback up and bounce. But it seems it is consolidating right now in this area, but it does look like it's coming to a point where it's starting to finally get weak. Now it's pretty strong here off of these moves, because normally after a 1 hour and a 15 minute, it does pull back a little, but it did look like SUI caught some news here, and you will have trades, just so you know, not you should be aware that you're going to lose some trades, right? And losing trades is okay. The reason why you have a stop loss is that you have a calculated system, right? And if I'm saying this to you and you're like, losing trades, I don't understand how to win like losing. You're supposed to have a system and a structure design that allows you to lose basically 3 out of 10 trades. And well, actually, you need a system. Let me say it for everybody common. You need a system that you can lose 50% of your trades, 5 out of 10. The average good trader wins 6 out of 10, and terrible traders win 4 out of 10, right? Or 3 out of 10, right? So you need a system that allows you to go 50-50 and still make money, right? And how we develop this system or structure is this. We have a stop loss system that we put at 15% to 20%, which means if you lose 5 trades, you lose a 100% of your bag. Now, the very first part is I don't want to get too going into this too much, but you should trade the same amount of money every time, right? Until you make enough money to double your or add 30% to your bag and make it bigger. Meaning, if you start off with $100, so let's say you have $500, you do each trade for 100, right? And if you lose a stop loss at 15%, you lose $15. You add $15 back to the 100, and you start with 100 again. And if you lose again $15, you add another $15. And the next trade, if you win, right, you're supposed to win 50%, which means you would make back $50. Then that goes to the other side, and then you trade again with another 100. And if you win 50% again, you put $50 over in profits, and then $100. And if you lose $15, you take $15, put it back in. But at the end of the day, if you win 5 trades at, let's say, worst case scenario, 30%, and you lose 5 trades at the stop loss at 15%, that means you have successfully, at the end of the day, those are your 10 trades, you have successfully won 15% 5 times, which is 75%. So you almost doubled your $100 in 10 trades, and you're a terrible trader. But you have a system that protects you from yourself. So take those notes. That's from the academy. That's free information for you on TikTok so that you guys can understand how to stop losing all your money. And no, not 10 trades a day, big dog. Chief edit now. I'm just saying 10 trades, during your week. You can do 10 trades a week, 2 weeks, or whatever, but it's 10 trades to basically, to take count of your actions, right? You don't do one trade and think you're God, and do one trade and think you're terrible. You do 10 trades, calculate your percentages so that you understand what you did on average. After the average is where you turn around and do the next 10 trades, and you fix the things that you did wrong, and you get better at trading, and then the next time, instead of making 75% after your losses, you make 150%. And then you start fixing your losses and making more percentages to where you should be making 300% profit on every 10 trades. Does that make sense? Does that make sense there? All right. best platform to trade, guys. I'm gonna move this over real quick to get ready to take a screenshot. I'm gonna show you guys right here. Can you guys hear me in the Discord? Am I still in there, or do I need to? Did I hit the wrong button and you guys can't hear me? Let me turn you guys up there. If you're in the Discord, Alf, Albert, Albert, anybody in there? Okay. Alright, I just gotta make sure because sometimes I jump in and out of things. All right, so guys, if you're on TikTok, this is going to be your screenshot here. You can take a screenshot. We go to a company, we use an exchange called MEXC. Okay, that's the referral code you want to use when you go to MEXC, MEXC.com. Okay, MEXC.com. Right, and I'll show you what it is. Screenshot that real quick, guys. And don't forget, this is also going to be on YouTube. So if you go watch this video, you can catch this on YouTube. My YouTube channel is VC Crypto Nation. Go to my bio. There's a link tree in there that will take you there. But here's the secret to actually doing using MEXC. When you sign up for MEXC, you need what's called a VPN, right? If you don't know what a VPN is, then you need to Google it. Google a VPN. When you have a VPN, put yourself in somewhere like Australia or somewhere like that, right? So somewhere not in America. And then, you can get yourself set up. And always set yourself up with an email, right? Because if you set yourself up with a cell phone, well, obviously, they know your cell phone's in America. Right? So don't use a cell phone. You use an email to set yourself up. And then when you do security to do a 2FA to protect your funds or whatever you're doing, you then set it up through your Google Authenticator. And that's how you should always protect your crypto, with your Google Authenticator. Okay. So now that we got all that covered, that's how you use your VPN to get it. So now we're going to take SUI here, SUI, and we're going to dig in because we see here, you see how this 15-minute here is breaking down and the 15-minute RSI is coming down. We're going to go jump in a short, show you guys how to pull a short off on SUI. We're going to click over here. And I'm not going to do too much because I'm also talking here, but I'm going to put a leverage here at about 60%. And I'm going to jump into a short here. We're not, I think I trade with a $500 bag on average, so I'm not going to do too much here because we're kind of like getting here, but I'm going to jump in there a little bit. All right, so throw $100 in there. We got a short position here, so very easy to do. And this is what I'm talking about setting your stop losses, right? So you go for stop loss. I'm going to put my stop loss at 20%, and then I'm going to put my take profit at 100 because I'm watching the trade. But if I'm not watching the trade, then I would put it at 50 because that's my goal, is to make 50%, and then I'll confirm it, and then we'll rock and roll from there. Okay, so now that we're in there, I'm going to be actually making some buys into this trade for a second here because we're going to cost average buy in here. All right, so I got to move quick here because we are kind of setting into this, right? So let me move over here. Let me get into this trade. If you guys are in the Discord, take a quick peek here. Let's run through this SU trade, see if it's worth making, and we'll kind of go from there. So right now, I have my 3-minute moon. I have my 3-minute trend, right? See that popped up there, right? So I have a 3-minute moon and a 3-minute trend. This gives me the best possibility for me to kind of like, make money in this trade. I get stop loss out my first time, which is okay. I'm going to continue to, snag into this position here. And that's what I say. When you get a stop loss, I just consider that like my first 20% loss, which is okay. All right, you don't have to win every trade. All right, so right now we're trying to catch this downside. Now for us, there's some tips and tricks we're going to go through here real quick, but I'm going to kind of like fly through this trade and see if we can get a position in here, right? So, all right, so my 15-minute RSI is headed down. That looks good. My 1-hour RSI is headed down. I'm okay. I'm going to my 3-minute, 5-minute. Now, the only problem I see here is kind of where we have a 5-minute RSI, which we should let bounce. And then when this 5 minutes starts to come down, I think that's going to be our entry, right? So we're going to work our way into this, guys. Bear with us as we pull this off here. All right, so first thing here is 1604. I'm going to move into that, right? So I'm going to try to get about maybe 250 into this trade here. So right now, anything above the 1606 area, right? 1620, there we go. Let's stay in there. I'm going to start buying into these short positions as it starts to move its rear its way up a little bit here. So we're going to cost average buy into this. All right, so I'm going to set this at 1630. and I got $50 in there right now. So we're going a little bit more in there, but I'm not buying in all at once. I'm going to start buying in as it, it's bouncing. So it's getting to the point where looks like it's in a good position for the trade I want to make, right? So I'm going to run my odds based off a 1635 type area, right? And 1638. Those are going to be my entries right there. Now, in the meantime, as it's starting to come in there, I'm going to make sure that I get at least $100 in before it goes in the other direction. So I'm going to buy a little bit here at 1610, a little bit higher. Now remember, guys, I'm not buying into this project at the price that it's at there. I'm kind of buying above. So see how it's at 1610. I'm going to set my buy in at 1615, right? I'm going to be a little greedy here. I want the bounce, right? I want it to bounce and give me, like, see that bounce right there? I have 1615. I didn't quite get the money, but I'm hoping it comes up a little bit more. Maybe we get $100 in before it goes the other way, but we're setting ourselves in here. So guys, if you're in the Discord, take a look at Sue. Kind of walk me through there. Let me know if I'm missing anything right now because I'm kind of covering a couple different things. So I got my buy-ins here, guys. Let's go back to Sue, and now I'm gonna kind of break down the trade that we're looking at, right? So scenario wise, I think we just got a 5 minute bounce that's gonna kind of like slow us down on the trade. But other than that, I think we should be half decent here. So for me, what I mean by a 5 minute is there's this yellow money line right here, right? So if that money line bends down, that's where I want to make sure I start getting into the trade a little bit more heavier. So if you guys are on TikTok, bear with me while I set you guys up so you can see. Okay, so there's a little money line here, right? That's the volume line. I need that to start breaking down, giving me the opportunity to buy more positioning, right? Right. So we needed a red moon right here to go into our short, and right now we don't have that. So let's walk through our full trade here, right? So first thing is the boxes, right? So let's dig in here and let's get into what we're looking for here, right? So, all right. So first thing is this: we have a 1 hour red moon, right? Sets up here. Second thing is we get a 15-minute red moon here, and then the third thing is you get a 15-minute red trend here, and this is our buying area here, right? So let's move down to our 15-minute and 15-minute trend right there. Now the trend did switch back to a green trend here, but the reason I'm getting into this short is because when it did go back to a green trend, it pushed up to its normal entry and it failed to break a higher high. And now I'm waiting for that exact thing to give me a 15-minute, right? So this is where we would set an alert. So we put our alert on the 15-minute trend right there to let us know that it is coming in there. So if, guys, if you're in the Discord, do me a favor, set an alert to have a short, right? So if you're in the Discord, put an alert on the 15-minute SUI and let me know when you get an alert that this is starting to go red for us, right? So what we're doing here, guys, is we want to get into this red trend right here, and this will be the entry into the short position that we want, right? Now, a target for us, guys, kind of talking about EMAs. I don't really look at targets, but it's good to have an idea of what money we can make. So on the 15-minute, I can see that I have a 200 moving average right here in EMA. All right, so if I measure that EMA out, all right, go over here, get my long position, and from the 200 EMA, I can see that this is a 7% move down, right? So meaning that this target, which is very possible right here, is going to come down and hit this area here. And I can set my take profit if I wanted at this level here, right? And I can say, if you don't know what price that is, go to price label. If you don't understand, boom, it's a dollar 886, right? So now inside of any type of positions that we're in here, right? We're picking up more positions as we move forward here, right? Is we're going to be shooting for a pullback in that position in there, right? Now I'm going to set my stop loss here since I'm buying into this. Yeah, that's what I'm saying right there. So the 5 minute is our competitor right now. This is where we're getting this push right here. So we're waiting for that 15-minute trend. I'll put an alert on the 15-minute trend and let me know when we start getting those alerts. But see, right now it's pushing up on me, but I'm buying against this push here, and what that's going to do is just cost average me into this little zone here. So, but I do have a limit on how much I'm willing to lose here, and normally on a $500 bag, I'm willing to give up my 20%. So it's kind of like a basic. So far, we're not at that. Yeah, I feel like we're pretty decent here. We should start feeling a little bit of the relief coming the other way. But like I said, let me know when you get that 15-minute alert. That'll give me a lot more. It'll make me feel better. Make me feel better at night, bro. Same. Gonna make me feel good about this trade, man. And the thing is, guys, you want to get away from trading with emotions, right? Things start getting out of crazy. Like when I came back here, when I was kind of looking over everything, I was, my stop loss was above 30, right? Most people would be like, oh my god, and close. But notice how the 30% is now at 8, right? So if you know what you're doing and you're entering properly, you can take more. You're not really taking risks. You're taking calculated decisions, right? So that's kind of where we're at there. So here, I'm going to move this up here and I'm start looking for 1720, right, for an entry position here. I'm going to set an entry at 1720, right, which would be about 35% of my stop loss. That would bring me into a better position into this particular percent here, right? So I'm already set up at 17.2. We're at 17.16 right now. So there we should have a trigger where we buy, which we did, and now we're just kind of moving in. So it's okay, like if it's at a position where if you're losing in a trade or whatever, expect sometimes you'll take a loser. It's not that big of a deal, and kind of push yourself in there. So we have a 20% kind of window that I want to stay in at this position here. Then we're going to dock in there. Say 745 is going to be my heavy entry on there. All right, we're filling across there. And guys, also keep in mind, like if you're moving into places, set a healthy stop loss depending on where you're at. So I'm willing to give up my 40, 50% on here, which is all right, to get where we're at. So I'm gonna throw this in here, put a stop loss. My profit's going to be at 100. Now the other thing you guys can do if you're out of control, this is kind of like a good time to kind of cover everything. Right? So let's say you're in a position where you're seeing where I'm getting a little bit high on there. If you want to take some of that money out, simply slide over here to this bar here and pick the price that you want to close on. Right. So if you're panicking, you can go to 117.7, right? And you can say if it hits that number, close 25% of my position, right? Which right there. You can slowly start to take a little bit of your money out, which allows you to buy back in, right? So it's kind of like a safety net for you guys. So if you're panicking or anything like that, or just want to alleviate a little bit of the pressure, you can type in something here, pulls a little bit of money out for you, and then if it's pushing up, you can use that money to buy back in or so forth, right? So I don't close my position on there. I kind of like fight it back and forth. And right now, we're worried about a 5-minute bounce, which is what we're getting, but that's our fault for jumping in on that 5-minute right there. Always let the RSIs reset. Let that be a lesson to you. All right, so we're gonna let this 5-minute reset here, and this is what I was talking about when we came in here. We have a 5-minute moon and trend, right? This is where we're getting the 5-minute moon, 5-minute trend. We have a 15-minute, right? We need this 15-minute to go red, and then we're gonna get back into the short. So we're gonna deal with Sue right now. But Sue wants to have a moment where it pulls down. Right now it has a lot of value, so we're gonna go back and forth on that. All right, so you have that alert on there, Alf? So Alf is going to give us the alert when Sue is ready for a short entry here. All right, so we're going to be targeting 200 moving average. So right now we're getting a little better positioning. All right, let's take a look here. And let's see if there's anything else popping in. All right, so let's see. Watch the 1 minute. It's going to reverse. Nah, the one guys don't do. All right, so Megan, never trade off the 1 minute. Okay, so the problem is, right? we have to, it's kind of like we were kind of digging into this. We got to have this 15-minute red trend right here, right? That's the entire key, right? If you're looking at the 1 minute, you're going to get caught in the uptake here, right? So if anything, if we were going to, let's say, try to jump this trade or take advantage of this trade or something like that, what you would actually do is you would say, okay, it's last time that it hit a high was about $1.20, right? So you can go here, and let's say that we're going to say, okay, this is going to bounce. Maybe we'll get a wick, and we're going to go to the top of this second candle, not the first one, but kind of like the average over here. So the average right here has been right about here, right? So we can set our entry at $1.20, right? So $1.26. So go over to your trading view, put in $1.20, and I'm gonna set that over there, and I'm going to isolate myself into a 50x short, and I'm going to put a 50% buy on $1.20. Okay, so there we go. So now we have a 50% buy there, but my entry is going to come when Alf comes back and lets me know that Sue has a 15-minute red trend. All right, so now, in the meantime, while we're waiting for Sue to do what it's doing, let's go over to some coin alerts and figure out what else we can find here. All right, somebody mentioned some coins. Check JTO. All right, guys, let's go look at JTO real quick. JTO. All right. Let's see, JTO. Okay, so let's see, JTO. First things first, let's get our 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour trend. All right, so this one actually is playing out nicely. All right, so 1 hour trend, move down. And let me change this to white and change this to a 1. So first move is 1 hour moon. We get the move, pushes up on the bounce, and it gets the 1 hour trend, which is the second move. And now we've got that next bounce. So this one is actually running a pretty smooth course here. See how the 1 hour RSI is coming to the top? See that rejection? So JTO is actually, we're going to take this trade here in a sec. All right, now 15-minute. We got to go find the 15-minute moon and trend. 15-minute moon came in. We see it here. We see here, once again, you see how that moon is green? We need that to be red, right? So this looks like JTO is actually going to be a nice short for us. This one is pulling a short. What we need is a moon and a trend. So anybody who's in the Discord right now? All right. So I'm going to set a 15-minute indicator on the moon, right? So I'm going to put this on crossing, right? Once per minute, and I need to set this here, and this is going to be the 15-minute moon on JTO, and there we go, and I'm gonna create this. So when this starts to trigger an alert, which will be over here for us guys, then we know we have a entry on JTO here, but JTO looks like we're gonna get a short on here. Are we looking on SUI? Any news on that 15-minute, brother? All right, so JT, all right, I put a buy at $1.20, so we'll see. Just in case it spikes. I don't think it's gonna do that much. But it's kind of like, yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier. Yeah, it's kind of like that. When you see when they start pumping in the final orders. So it's kind of like at that point the exchanges are like they're about to. It's almost like this, right? If you ever worked in a factory, right? And you're getting to the end of a batch, and in the factory you have a line, and in the line it's coming down, one thing at a time, and then you get to the point where it slowly slows down, and then they have all this bottled up stuff that all kind of like a bunch of it gets in there, and then they start running to the end, and all of a sudden they're just like throwing it all in, like, all right, that's the end of the run, let's go. Yeah, and then all of a sudden, that's what the candles do. Yeah, Sue. Woo! So I'm gonna start taking a position in here at the one stage. Yeah, so I'm taking the 186. 1865 position. So I'm going to take 25% of the 186, 1865, 187, in case we get a spike, but I want to make sure I don't lose this entry here. Yeah, you see that. Yeah, now Sue was set for a pullback over here. It ended up catching another push, and then it pushed through again. So maybe there's some news on Sue that we're not like paying attention to, right? So guys, to pull up anything like that, go to cryptopanic.com. Man, do that real quick, and then, or it could be you could be stuck in where you're in a some type of Discord is doing a pump and dump on it. All right, so let's take a look here. 8 hours ago, Ethereum rival soars over 40% in a week as crypto project's total value locked its record high. So to see this, you click here, right click over here, and open that into a window, right? Now that'll bring up this article and you can read all about it, right? And this will be whatever this article is, a rival leading smart chain platform. Okay, so a new announcement of Ethereum. All right, so let me put this into the correct. I'm going to share this into a new tab so you guys can see it on Discord. All right, so what this is how to find why something is pumping, and if you're paying. Right, so this is another great example of how to take advantage of narratives. Right, so this article, just so you understand, came out on Crypto Panic. It came out 8 hours ago. So 8 hours ago, they ran this. It popped up on Crypto Panic. You could have went and ran this article. It's 8 hours ago, right? You click on this article, and this article is by the Daily Hodl, right? You start learning which articles make moves and who is making the moves, right? So this article came out. Now we can see that this article, January 12th, 2024. So 8 hours ago, they wrote this. Ethereum rival soars over 40% in a week as crypto projects total value locks hits record high. And this is kind of like, you know, what you have. So let's go back and take a look at Sue, and then you can kind of piece together an 8 hour process and say, okay, where was it at 12 o'clock, right? And you can see that this is all running. But you can also look at other articles and go back and see what Sue was doing the entire week, right? So let's see, a week ago, Ethereum layer 2 networks just set a new record high, right? And you have all these other things that you can look at. And if you're constantly reading the news, you're going to find a narrative. And then once you find those narratives, you can start buying the bottom, right? So here, so 1 month ago, Sue joins DeFi leaders, topping 100 million in bridged USDT, right? So at that point, or USDC, that would have been a good time a month ago to buy Sue based on this information here, right? So if you guys don't understand how to buy crypto, you know, everyone's always like, yo, BC, what should I be buying and holding? Well, that's an I talk about on my live. I focus more about how to trade currently because we make a lot of money just trading the BS. But if you want to be a true crypto person, a true crypto player, you need to learn how to find the narratives and what this means. There's one website called Crypto Panic. You set yourself up on Crypto Panic, and then you dig into these articles, and then you learn what articles are supposed to be great. Now, what we have in our Discord is there's a section called Alpha. And in Alpha, I will refire that back up because I spent the last year working on what's called the Trading Academy. The Trading Academy is where we teach trading, which is how to make money. The alpha is where I go back and I start teaching people the education of crypto and how to make money in crypto with your portfolios, what to buy, when to hold. But that's a whole different mindset. That's an investor mindset, right? But you guys should be focusing on this. Very simple, right? Hit the ones in the TikTok. How many people know about Crypto Panic? Hit ones in the chat. Hit ones in the chat. There's 80 of you here. Hit ones. How many people know what Crypto Panic is? Do you guys know about that? CryptoPanic.com? Hit ones in the chat. Do you guys know? Hit the ones. All right, so one guy really knows. Rodney didn't know. Wizard knows. Tommy Crew, I know you guys know. Tommy knows, right? Okay, so, 10 people out of 80. Right? Smooth Board didn't know about it, right? Rodney, you're going to watch it. Steven didn't know about it. Scott didn't know about it. Guys, this is like this is like your investment Bible, right? This thing collects everything that's written about crypto and puts it right on your fingertips where you see everything that's happening. This is this is crypto panic. This is where you gather all the information you need from all the websites right here, and you can find out what's happening so you can make investments, right? So if you're going to be a crypto investor, right, then you need to understand what crypto panic is, and you need to learn how to track things down, right? Then you need to learn how to evaluate what that means, right? There's a lot of information here, but you also, I can read these articles and I know what it means because I know shit a lot about crypto. If you don't know what it means and you go read the articles, then you start piecing pieces together, and after 5 months of research, you're like, man, I know what that means, and then you can make decisions for yourself, right? So if you want to learn about that, we have our Discord. That's the alpha, right? That's our VIP Discord where you join the VIP and we just cover all this stuff, right? So that we are firing up. The VIP just reopened last week, and we're going back into just how to invest in crypto. So there's mentor projects and all types of projects we got going on. But guys, do yourself a favor. Go look at Crypto Panic and learn how to pick up stuff. So a month ago, you can see Sue was having all these big things happen, and you could have, 150 million in total value locked, showcasing blistering DeFi momentum, right? Imagine seeing that a month ago, right? Let's go look at Sue, and let's take a look. Crypto Panic pops that up. That thing owes me some money. Better pay up, you bastard. All right. I'm revenge trading. Give me my money. Give me my money back. Yeah. So like guys, don't get emotional on trades, right? Stay within your comfort zone and remember everything that goes up has to come down. And if you lose the first time, just wait for the next good opportunity and then get your money back. And you just say, all right, you got me this time. But remember, if you're a good trader, you're gonna win 7 out of 10. If you're an average trader, you're winning 4 out of 10. But if you have a system on how much you lose and how much you win, then you will always win. So that's something you can learn in the academy. But guys, crypto panic. This is why Sue's having a big time. Obviously, that's all in there. So this just gives you an idea. So do your research, do your due diligence, guys. Learn how to learn to learn, right? So it's very simple to do, right? All right. So back to Sue. All right. So we're getting a little bit of money here. Let me send a little bit of money over here because Sue took advantage of me. The dirty girl. Dirty girl. Yeah. Get my money back. Well, she's still fighting back. So Sue's got a lot of momentum there. So what I wanted to look at here is that now that we're kind of getting in that little zone there, I wanted to kind of like look at Sue as the overall, right? So you can kind of understand, not academy wise, but just kind of overall and trading wise, right? So 1 hour trend zone, 15 minute. We have our entry here, which would put us here. Now the weird thing about here is we enter this trade properly. Now normally the trade that I did tonight with you guys, I wouldn't normally enter because I would have entered correctly, right? But basically, we're just having a little education here, so we'll get into some crazy trades, and I don't really worry about if I take a bad trade, I'll just make it back on the next trade. So, but you guys need to be more specific on your trades because you probably don't have the experience that I have, and you're not going to get it back as fast. But when you have these trades, it's a very simple system, right? First trade is the 1 hour move, right? That activates the trade. The entry on the trade is the 15-minute trend, which brings us back to this guy here, right? So this actual trade should have been entered on this section here, okay? This is basically considered the buy area, right? And that's where we would be taking this trade on the 15-minute trend. So as you can see here, this would have been the area that we would be entering this trade. That's the line of the entry. All right, so that's the basic line right there. Okay, so that trade happened way over here at $1.1777. Right, so that's kind of like where the madness would have started with this trade. Now, kind of walk you through the scenario is you would have got in your trade here at $1.1750, whatever, and at that point, remember your entire goal is to have a profit set, right? So the first profit set would have been, this point made a lot of money tonight, bro. Okay, so let me walk you through the correct trade properly, right? So we get a 1 hour red moon here. We wait for the 15-minute red moon and trend, right? That happens here, right? And I'm gonna kind of break it down for you guys. Let me see, get rid of this green. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get rid of this tint. That's why I have tint there. So I'll go see 0. Okay, there we go. My tint. I want that at 0. I'm wondering why this like has this hue behind it. Like, what is this green hue? It's like it's the money. It's the money glitch, boys. We're in the money. All right, so so right here, guys, very simple to see. I want you guys to understand the basics, right? So first thing is the 1 hour red moon. So let's walk through this so we get you guys caught up again, right? So there's a moment in time where the 1 hour moon happened, right? So when this 1 hour moon happened, I made this box, right? See that 1 hour moon right there? See that right there? I created this box. This is the 1 hour trading zone. The next thing we need is a 15-minute moon to create a trade zone. And when this turns there, we see that we're waiting for a 15-minute red moon, which happens here, which is where we created this box, right? So this is the 15-minute moon box. This just lets us know that we have a 15-minute moon. Now the trade box, right, happens when you guys see this line here, see how it's green right there? See this line, see that green line? When that line turns red, it activates a trade. And that takes us to this very moment here, where you guys can see right there. I want you to take a look at that. And you guys see that on TikTok? You guys see that right there? See that? See that how it went red to green right there? That would have been the alert that we would have got on this candle telling us that we have an alert for a short position. You guys see that? Now, when we enter that short position, right, that becomes the trade position, which would have been this spot here. Now, this box is going to get turned green because that is the trade zone. I'm going to get rid of that hue again because I don't know why that hue's on there. Okay, so now in this trade zone here, which we have right here, I got to snag that here. I got to bring that down a little. This would have created a trading opportunity for us, which is what I'm waiting for to happen again, right? Which is coming up again. This trading opportunity happened because the line turned from green to red. You see that? Which would have created me to get into an entry somewhere on this candle, somewhere in this zone here, right? So doesn't matter. I'll go to the bottom of the candle. Doesn't matter. Right? Let's say you're a terrible trader. We entered at the worst time. Okay. That's probably like 80% of you guys anyway. So let's just go with that. All right. No, no offense, guys. No offense. Just saying. I'm just saying, guys. Just saying. More than likely, and I'm just gonna ask the question, right? So how many times you guys enter a trade and the trade goes negative, right? So how many, right? How many times, right? I mean, is it 9 out of 10 times you guys enter a trade and it goes red before it goes green? Hit the ones in the chat. Am I right? Huh? One's in the chat. Be honest. Don't lie, man. How many times? 9 out of 10, right? 9 out of 10, right? Yeah, that's right, Digi. Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. That's the truth. So on this entry, we're going to put not that you got the great entry up here. We're going to say that you got the worst entry, which was basically down here. Okay, so terrible entry. Bottom line, it happens, right? It is what it is, right? So we get into this trade. Let's move our entry line down to here. We can see that it goes from red to green. We get into a terrible entry, and we get in here, right? We're terrible, right? Like, damn, I wish VC would have shown me how to get an entry, right? Doesn't matter. Let me show you why it doesn't matter. It's because the indicators are designed to get you trades that are 2 to 7%, even if you suck. Okay? Now, we're going to measure this area. And this is the bottom of that candle in this trade, right? Which means if we go over here to this tool, we go get a tool called a long position. We're going to measure our position from the bottom of that wick to where we got into our terrible entry, which is right here. And those two lines basically mean that from this area here to here, this box is worth 5% to 6%, right? So this area here is a 6% trade, okay? Now, why is that important? Well, it's because you're using leverage, right? My trades only go green. What? Stop, Jimmy. Jimmy, man. Jimmy is in the academy, and he just waits for it just to be on its full tumble. So he's kind of like the guy. He's super patient, right? Jimmy's in the academy, and he takes triple patience. Like it keeps going, and then it goes, and then it's going, and then it's going, and then Jimmy gets in, and as soon as it like moves, he gets out, and he's like, "All right, I did it, boys." That's how he does it. He's a robot. Jimmy's a robot, boys. But all right, let's get back to everyone else, every human. Let's get back to the basics, right? So here's a 5% move, right? Now, why is 5% important? Because remember the goal, right? The goal is to take $100,000 bag or account, and we want to make 30% on 100,000, which means we have to be in a position where we make 30% on 100 trades, right? It kind of on average, right? So that means that when this trade happened and we get into this trade, it moves 5%. And if we were doing a 30x leverage, then that would have been 30 times 5, right? So that would be 100, right? So 3 times 5, right? So 30. So a 10x leverage, just to give you an idea of how leverage works. For every 1%, a 10x leverage, or whatever your leverage is. So if your leverage is 10x and it moves 1%, that means you got 10%. So if this coin moved 5%, that means you would get 10% for every 1%, which would be 50%. Get it? 1% move, 10% gain. 5% move, 50% gain. Right? So that's a 10x, right? 10%, 50% gains. 20% leverage, 100% gains. When you're in the academy, you start off with a 20% leverage and you move up to a 40% leverage in those zones. And you just start off learning how to win basically. You don't have to be a hero to make a lot of money, guys. You just have to be smart and have a system that works. So a 20x right here would have gave you a 100% gain. So if you had $1,000 in there, you just made $1,000, and that's one trade, right? So let's do the math on that, right? So if you were terrible, and let's say every 10 trades, right? So let's do the math here. Let's do the math with you being terrible. So you traded a $1,000 bag, and let's just say you didn't even do 100%, right? Let's just say you did 50. All right, so that's $500. So you made $500, and you make an average of 10 trades every month. So that's times 12. So we're going to get 120 trades. So let's say you're a terrible trader. You trade the least amount out of anybody. So you get 120 trades times $500. That's 60 grand. So you made 60,000 on your $100,000 bag. So what was the goal? The goal was to make 30% on there. So you needed 30,000, right? Now let's say that 50% of those trades you lost because you're terrible. So your 60,000 is actually 30,000. So at the end of the day, if you're terrible and never get better, and you only win 50% of the trades that we teach, and you follow a system and a structure, and you do it over and over, and you only do the minimum 10 trades a month, which is 25% of what you're capable, you end up with making $30,000, which is 30% on your 100,000, and now you are the perfect hedge fund in the world, right? You're the greatest hedge fund in the world, and you suck, right? Right? That's how we do it, boys. That's how we do it. Okay, now let's get back over here to this trade. Now, uh, what happened? Yeah, I'm up 40. I'm up 40. I'm getting a little bit of my money back right now. I'm up 40%. But I mean, do we have did we get an alert yet? Is this, it's not a buy yet, guys. It's still. I mean, have we gotten an alert? Did it signal to us? I mean, we still have a 15. The 15 minutes still needs to head down, so we're still not there. But no alert yet? Yeah, yeah. We need a 15-minute trend. You got me all emotional over here, man. Emotionally trading, bro. I'm up 50. I'm up 50% right now. So, it's the basics. But I'm making back my money. Let's be honest here. I gotta get my money back. Sue stole my money. She's dirty. Dirty, dirty girl. Took my damn money. All right, so we're working our way back, boys. Now we got our 50% back here. You guys can see here. I'll put it up for you. Now I lost 180 bucks earlier. I got 80 of it back, but we're halfway there, man. What are you gonna do? I mean, you can't be perfect in this world of imperfectness. Okay, I'm just starting this off. I've been watching and reading a lot of the videos by VC, and quite frankly, I believe in him. It's gonna work. All right, so what we have is, and he's like, is JTO a buy? Not a buy, man, not a buy yet. Still, we're shorting it right now. We're trying to get the money back. So just give it a second. Let it do what it is. And don't forget to share the live, guys. Share the live. We're gonna get into this, but I fully expect this thing to fall and give me 100% gains, right? So what I'm gonna do here, I'm not gonna be too greedy. I just came to get my money back. I'm gonna set my take profit at 100%. I'm gonna take my stop loss here at 0 right now, and we're gonna see if we can get a quick wick for 100% and get my money back. And then I'm leaving this neighborhood because I don't trust Sue that much. But this could be a big move here. Now if it starts to get a little aggressive here, but if I get some signal alerts here from Alf, then I'll feel a little bit better, and I might extend that to 150% gains, and get there, right? So guys, this is why you can't trade emotionally. You have to trade, systematically, right? It's okay. I mean, it's like, you lost 180 bucks. Most guys be like, oh, God. Me, I just know the next trade we're gonna get it back. Anyways, I just kind of say to myself, why did I jump in that trade before I got my alert? Anyways, it happens to the best of us, right? So that's why having alerts, indicators in the system, lets us kind of like be in that scenario. So now we gotta kind of protect our profits here. So let me go over here, and how you protect your profits is you kind of up your price here to where you at least take some profits, right? So I want to make sure that I'm taking some type of profits here, and normally that is about 30% in there, right? I want to make sure that I'm in that zone there. And just because I want to make sure that I'm taking profits at 30%, and then I'll re-enter a trade if I need to. It's all right to go back and forth. If I want to make sure that I stay built into my thing, right? So there we go, 30% on there. And now I'm going to wait. I still don't have my alert for my short, right? And this is kind of why we talk about, this is actually a good example, right? A lot of times I'm always setting profits at 50%, not to be greedy, but that way, like when I make 50%, I move on. Now I got a little more greedier here because I'm down on this trade, so I want to make that back on it. But normally, stick with the system, take 50% gain, and you keep moving. I don't have an alert yet that told me that we're actually in a short, so we're still working our way through this trade here. The other one I wanted to get into while we're dealing with Sue is we're checking on GTO, right? So GTO is in the same scenario. So GTO, we need a 15-minute moon in trend, right? So you can see how GTO is kind of going sideways here. We're going to get into a short here in a little bit. So let me go back over to Sue, and we can beat this trade up. So second time in this trade, once this trade happens here, you see how we got 5%, you would have made your 30%, yada yada. Now let that trade roll, it goes through. Now you get a green trend, right? Here's your green moon, tells you that it's going up. Here's the second time a 15-minute red moon came, right? You see this 15-minute red moon? That would have been another trade on Sue because you already had a 15-minute red trend, which means here's another trade that we could have took advantage on Sue, and this thing went for another 5%. So this would have been another 100% gain for us on Sue. And then here we go again. Green moon, red moon. Here we go again. This trade came out of Sue, would have gave us another, actually Sue's been printing money all day, another 3%, which is 60% gains. What we're trying to do here, guys, is very simple. Is we need this moon right here, and this is why I got punished for entering that trade, is because this moon should be red. But I entered the trade when it wasn't red, so I deserve to lose my money. That's simple. And I don't get worked up about it or pissed because I'm looking right at a green moon and I entered a trade. And if I follow the system, I wouldn't have lost my money, but that's just how it goes. All right, so yeah, that's just how it is, man. It is what it is, man. And the system is designed to work. And if I don't follow the system, I don't make money. And that's the reason why I do that sometimes, because my people in the academy that will get too good at making money, and then they will start jumping trades because they're like, yeah, man, you know, I feel like it's going to work. And then they say, BC, man, I didn't wait for the moon. And you see, it even happens to me. So if it happens to me, it's going to happen to you, man. There's no difference, right? So, guys, when we get a 15-minute red moon here, we're going to go for a 3% trade, which on a 50x should give us about 150% gains. But until we get that moon, it's not gonna happen. All right, so I put my alert on there, and what do we got? Yeah, but I got punished. I jumped the trade, boys. Now I'm gonna yell at BC. Tired of you, bro. All right, so 15-minute moon on Sue. Okay, I'm gonna put that in there, and then when I get a 15-minute alert, we'll come back to Sue. Okay, so far, 15-minute alert on Sue. Now we're waiting for a 15-minute moon on GTO as well, and it looks like it's bouncing here, but 15-minute move, 15-minute trend, not seeing too much else out there. But the reason why we're not going long on JTO is because we have what's called the trading box on the 1 hour is red. So this red box area means that currently, we're not trading long. So what you can do is let me put a 1 hour moon alert on your GTO, right? So I'll let you know. Right, I put it here, and this is GTO 1 hour moon. And I'm going to put that down for you. And what this is going to let me know is that when the moon crosses and it actually fires up a crossing for the moon, I will let you know, because then we'll go into a long in GTO. So we're probably going to go long here, right? What's up, baby? Windward, what up, baby? So that's kind of where we're at right there with GTO. So this is how it is, man. So now we're making our way back downtown. All right, here we are. So we're in that two scenarios. All right, let's take a look at what else we got, man. Give me some trades. There's 85 of you guys. Let's go look at some trades. So I got an alert set on JTO, and I got an alert on set on Sue. So we're waiting for 2 trades. What else we got? Meme. Yo, Windward. Who bring that coin around? Who started this meme coin? What is this? Like everyone's talking about this. I see my guys trading this like crazy. Um, now we're dealing with the meme coin. Let's go. Cardano. Airdrop in 6 days. Oh my God, bro. What do we got to do, man? Make me pull up the meme coin. Are you guys in on this airdrop? What is it on, man? Where is it built on? What is it? All right, you'll make me do some research while we're also on here, right? So let's go in here to the meme coin, right? You can see here, I've already charted it out, bro. I'm already in here. Look, this is the short right here. See this? Here's the short. I told you we've been charting this already. Here's the short right here. Bada boom, bada bing. There you go, right there. 18%. Right, that's what we're shooting for right here. We're shooting for 18% on there. All right, let's go ahead and redo this. Now let me walk you through this again, guys, so you can see the platform. I'm going to clean up what we did last time, but go to Mimi. We're going to look for the 1 hour. Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for the magic? All right, so first thing is a moon, right? A moon tells us that we have a pullback. There's your moon, right? Now, the next part of that is a trend, which is here, right? So this would have been back to a green moon, pushing up, continues on, and then we get the second red moon here. I'm just gonna move this over. And there's our next alert. Now, once we get that next alert, we go back and look and we set an alert on what's called the trend. Now, this trend alert would have popped off for us over here a little bit sooner, right? So we'd be looking into Mimi around this point here. So Mimi is currently, that would be our entry point right there. So that's the section that we would be looking into for our Mimi short. So far the Mimi short already happened, right? So we didn't. A lot of guys in the Discord already traded this short. So now you're looking for the reversal. I would assume, right, Woodward? And now we're looking for the 1 hour green moon, right? So what we need to do if we're going to trade Mimi is I need to set an alert on the 1 hour moon, right? Go over here to the VC. Okay, so what we're doing here, guys, is on the indicators, right? Just so you guys understand. So here's your indicators, okay? We're going to go over here. We're going to right click on that moon, right? You guys see those things? These are what we call moons. What, what do you got? On what? Yeah, it's flashing. Well, what do we look like? So Sue on the 15-minute RSI, are we bending it? Oh my, we got who? This guy's driving the Titanic, taking a piss. Icebergs, bro, icebergs. What's going on? Who? We got this guy in charge of alerts. He's over here taking a piss. Oh my God, we're all over here. We got our whole bag over here on Sue. This guy's over here taking a piss. Yeah. 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 Who's flying the plane, boys? Who's flying the plane? Oh my God. Whew. All right. Okay. All right. Back to normal, guys. Back to normal. All right. Here we go. All right. So we're going to set some alerts here, right? So we're going to go dig in here and we're going to look at Mimi, right? So, all right. So how can you join the group? So, guys, if you want to get in the Discord or join the group, there's a VC Crypto Nation, the name of the channel, right? You need to send a Gmail to that same channel, VC Crypto Nation at Gmail, and you just type in there, want to join Discord, right? And the reason why you have to do that is because now when you go to my um, bio and you go from my link to that link, TikTok actually blocks the Discord entry, right? Which is weird. I don't know how they do that, but they do. So it's VC Crypto Nation at Gmail. All right. Yeah, Scott. So yeah, indicators when you get in there, correct. Right now, guys, what we're doing is if you're getting into the indicators, um, for the academy, we have our basics set up, but the indicators are for life when you get into the basic. Now, we also have other things that we do, but yes, that'll be set up in there. So, Stephen, go to send me a Gmail, VC Crypto Nation, name of the channel, VC Crypto Nation, right? Send a Gmail. I will not talk to you on TikTok. I won't talk to you on WhatsApp. So if you send a Gmail, then that's me. And then I'll basically, if you're in the USA, send your cell phone as well so I can contact you. Right? So now, just so let's get back to these moons, right? Here's the moon, and what we're Oh, you're good, bro. You're good. We're still waiting. We didn't get in, man. We're waiting on you. All right, so VC Crypto Nation at Gmail. And now, how we set an alert is we hit right click on the moon, and then you can see here add alert, and it says add alert on VC Crypto Nation. That's the VC Crypto Nation indicator. So we click that, and then we say I want to 1 per minute, and I want to know when the moons cross and create a volume circle, right? When that happens, I want to know. So we're gonna go to Mimi, and I'm gonna set a 1 hour alert on Mimi, 1 hour Mimi, right? And that's a moon, and that's all I need to do. And now, when this alert happens, right, I can go do whatever I want to do. As Alf has shown you guys, you can go take a piss. and come back whenever you want, and it'll pop up on your screen, and that will basically, allow you to, do whatever you need to do, and hopefully he washed his hands, and everything's set up. So, gonna dig back over here, but he's in the UK, so you know how those guys are, right, Alfie? All right. Oh, my bad, man. Not to you guys. That's normally the Aussies. My bad. Smart. I'm missing next to you guys out there. You know how the Aussies are. They don't give a shit. That piss is wild. They don't need no soap. They don't need to wash nothing. Whose dingo is this? What dingo ain't the baby? Huh? Somebody get this kangaroo out of here. Who's this boy? Who's this boy over here? All right. So here's what we got, guys. So at the end of the day, right? We're VC Crypto Nation, but real simple. We're gonna set an alert. We set the alert, and now when we get the alert, we will go into a long on Mimi. All right, and that'll kind of like set that up. All right, what's the next point, guys? Rodney Starboy, what's going on, man? What indicator? So, guys, if you're interested in the indicators, if you need information on indicators or anything like that, make sure you send me a Gmail at vccryptonation@gmail. All right, so right now we're gonna go take a look at another coin, right? So we can't make any trades until these trades happen, right? All right, so what are we looking at? LCX. Now, guys, LCX is actually an interesting project. I don't trade LCX on MEXC because it's not on there, but I'll pull it up for you here, right? So we need LCX. LCX USDT. So why is that not? Let me do this again. LCX USDT. Is that right? Is it LCX? Are you talking crypto or are we talking stocks? Yeah, right. LCX, right? Hold on. Let me get in here real quick. Coin market cap. LCX, right? I like LCX. Let's see. No, LCX, right? That's right. LCX, right, guys? Yeah, LCX. Yeah. LCX. Got me confused. All right, LCX. Let's pull that up. 12 cents. I like LCX on an overall, right? Let's see here what markets. Market cap, market. All right, let's see where it's traded. Coinbase, LCX exchange. Okay, that's what I can see it on there. So, but overall, man, let me see why we're not getting anything on LCX here. Here we go. Okay, so JTO. Let's get on our alerts here. We're waiting for this 1 hour red moon. Nice 1 hour red moon for JTO. We're waiting on Sue. We're waiting for that pullback. We need meme coin LCX. It's right here. So Coinbase. All right, so I'll take a look at Coinbase. All right, so quick peek here, and we'll take a quick look. So it's not on perpetuals, it's not on futures, so I don't really trade it, but I'll take a peek at it, right? So for you, you have a 1 hour red moon, which is the pullback. You have a trend. You got your second pullback, first pullback, second pullback, and now you're working your RSI. So right now, it looks like it wants to have it looks like it's starting to get momentum again, right? So looks like you're in a good position. It's consolidating right now. It's sitting on your 200 moving average. I don't see too much value behind it, so it looks very weak. So I'm going to say that it's going to trade in between the 13 cents and the 12.68. It doesn't look like right now it's not picking up any value here, right? So you see that value. Remember at the beginning of the entire thing I talked about how value is the most important thing. There's no value here, so LCX. So right now it's kind of just hovering sideways. So if you're holding it, good project to hold. If you're looking to trade on it, I don't trade on it because it's not on futures. So right now I wouldn't be buying it until the value picks up. So I'd let the 4 hour RSI push up a little more. But LCX is consolidating right now, guys. All right, so let's slide over here. I need a dot P, and let's dig into another one. No action ICX, LCX, APT. All right, now that one I know we can trade. All right, let's dig in here, boys. All right, APT, USDT. Boop, boop. And here we go. All right, so this one's on Mexi. I do like APT. All right, so let's find some trades here, man. It's a weekend, right? All right, 1 hour again. 1 hour moon, 1 hour trend. Now we're just missing these trades. That's why you have to get in here and set these alerts. All right, see how this 1 hour moon, and then we get the 1 hour trend. Got this beautiful trade we just missed, man. I hate going in here and then like seeing that. Hey, Alf, do we have APT on the alerts? Yeah, that in there. Give him time, guys. He's taking his shit now. Oh, he's back. All right, Alf. You're making a sandwich, bro. I know you were. That's the UK thing to do, right? Go take a piss and then make a sandwich. This is how it is. He's like, yeah, I just pissed out the beer. I pissed out my beer, and now I gotta find something to eat. Go with something to eat. So we should see APT. Right. So we should be getting some. Let's go take a look at the alerts here real quick, guys. APT. Kaspa. Sulu is going long. Yeah, I mean, Sulu is Sulu reversing for us here? Yeah, Sulu's 15-minute. I mean, it's got a 15-minute move, 15-minute trend. The only thing you need to confirm is for us is going to be a 1 hour. Right. So Sulu is picking up momentum, but it looks really strong. Right. That's kind of what we're looking at here. Is it failed to, I mean, it made money, it made 7%, 7%, 3%, but at the end of the day, Sue has a shitload of value, right? So that's what we talk about value, right? So look at the value on Sue. It's crazy. Right? So if you're going to buy anything or hold anything or look for a project that is getting the money, there you go, right? So Sue is probably a great long here. It's definitely going to blow to this 1 hour moon. Let's take a look at the 4 hour RSI. 4 hour RSI is already bending, refusing to go down. The 2 hours already on pump. Looks like we're pushing through. We have a 15-minute green moon. We have a 15-minute green trend. Yeah, I mean, so if you're long on Sue, I mean, you're not in a bad position here. For me, if I was going to go long here, we would do a 5-minute reset, meaning 5-minute RSI would have to come back down, and then I would enter a long. Right, so I wouldn't follow this this trade, right? So by example, I'll show you what I mean, right? So I'm going to put a price label here on the 5-minute, and I'm going to say at a dollar 18.80. Where we at a dollar? We at $1.85. What's the price on C? $1.87.1, right? So $1.87. So right now, $1.87. So we'll just keep it there. So 18.7. Right. So there we go. It's right there. So that's where Sue's at now, right? So we're going to let this 5-minute reset, and then we would take a position after that side. All right, APT. Let's dig in here. So APT, we missed this beautiful long hour moon hour trend. Now we're looking for the reversal, right? So everything looks like it's starting to man up for this beautiful Friday night pump, right? The pump into the madness. Right, so and normally, guys, if you understand crypto, they're a little bit crazy. So when you believe that you have a pattern that's happening, which is normally big dumps on the weekend, if they want to change your narrative or make you think that what they want you to believe is happening, then they'll kind of do the opposite of what you see. So they're pumping the Friday night when they normally dump it, and that's basically letting you know that it just lets you know the manipulation is well in hand on crypto. So let's go back to Sue Dog. All right, so let's find some basics here. So APT. Now notice here on APT, notice how APT had all the value. So this is where Sue was, right? So let me show you guys here, kind of like if you're not in the academy, but this will kind of give you an idea of how this looks, right? So here's APT. Right? See the value here. See this massive value where it keeps pushing, and then you can see right here where the volume starts to fail to break up, and then you get that beautiful short, okay? That's what we're going to wait on Sue. Let's go back to Sue. Here's your 1 hour Sue, right? Let me show you what it looks like. Bada bing, right? So look at this value, right? So here you go. Here's this big push. Boom, boom. And notice right here, it's starting to get smaller. And then what's going to happen here is eventually Sue's going to have a moment, which is what I'm going to get back way more than she took from me. But she's going to have a moment where she comes up, gets a little weak, gets weak, gets weak, and then boom. Okay? Now we don't know when that moment is, but we have indicators set up on it, and we are watching her. Right? And that's basically what's going to happen. You can see it happen over here already. Now, APT is on the other side, right? Now it's down here in the negative value, right? Now it's looking to find its way up. How is it going to find its way up? Well, that's going to come back to getting green moons, getting momentum, getting back to where it is, right? First things first, RSI is at the bottom. Second thing is here, right? What do we got there? ID, 3 minute. All right, let me jump into ID, one of my favorite trades. He always gets me. Jimmy always gets me on those trades. How you doing, Jimmy? Jimmy, what up, baby? How you doing, man? Jimmy's in the academy, man. How you doing? You know, one of my favorite coins is ID. All right, so we can see the 4-hour RSI here on the APT is starting to, flail out and finish. You see the money line is already bending up. So it looks like APT is actually starting to heat up here. How you feeling, Jim? So we're looking good. Let's take a look at the daily. We're still heading up a little, but notice how the daily's bending. So these momentums that are coming in here are going to be pumps and downs. Okay, so just so you guys know, don't get too excited. It's not going to the moon yet, but we're getting to the point where people are getting tax money. Things are coming in. They got to entice you with FOMO, so they're gonna give the market some tax money love. Like, come on guys, come on in. The water's warm. Come on, man. We got a pump from January 12th all the way to like March 15th, and we gotta make this thing look good, right? So we're starting to level out here, but like I said, we need some movement here. So APT, what do we need to go long on APT? It's going to be the same scenario for us. We need indication that we're getting a green moon, right? So I can go over here, right click. Like I said, guys, how we set alerts. We go to our moon, we hit the right click, we say add alert on VC Crypto Nation, right? Those are our indicators, VC Crypto Nation. We're going to go for a cross, right? I'm going to go once per minute, and I'm going to slide over, and I'm going to put 1 hour moon. Right now, I know when this 1 hour moon hits, I'm going to get excited because I'm looking for this APT. The other thing I want to do is, once I get those moons, I will set alerts on the trends, which will help me get into my long positions. It's just like this: moon, trend, push, pull, trade. Right? Simple stuff, but that's other stuff we'll get into. All right, what else we got, guys? Give me some stuff, man. STX 1 hour green moon. That's what I'm talking about. Who's that? J. Big good. What's going on, man? He said, Big good. Good, man. What's up, Wildfire? Wildfire, welcome to the house. Thanks for the follow, Wildfire. Are you trading anything, Wildfire? What are you trading, man? What are you trading? Woo! What up, Wheelie, Texas. What up, man? What are you, Texas? Wheelie, Texas, baby. What's APT about? So we're gonna jump into APT, but guys, JT, welcome in. Thanks for joining, man. Don't forget Adam Salem. Been a minute, man. How you doing, man? Chicken, what up, man? What up, brother? Chicken, how you feel, man? We're gonna get into that, guys. All right, so let's dig into this. And Demo, what up, Demo? Let's dig into this a little bit further. APT, we need a 1 hour moon. It does look like it's starting to build momentum. If Carlos was here, Carlos would be talking about he has a very simple thing where he'll go to something like a 5 minute, and what he's looking for is a continuation of downward plays, right? So first move, second move, third move, push, fourth move, fifth move. And you can see right here, this is kind of building momentum to where this is hit a floor. So for Carlos, he would be looking at this going, okay, I got a trade coming in here on my APT, and APT more than likely is going to, get a reversal here. So it would be picking a spot for the reversal, right? So for us, this is where we're going to dig in, and we need at least to see something happening on a lower time frame, right? So the beginning of the reversal always happens with a 15-minute moon and a 15-minute trend. Right now you have a moon, but you don't have a trend. So APT is hovering at the bottom, but if you can turn this into a trend, then we will know that we have a time to buy. Now, quite honestly, if you're an experienced trader, you're looking at this in any way, You have support here once, twice, three, four times. So more than likely, this is probably an area that you can look at and, cost average buy in here if you're spot trading or only doing a 10x leverage, and you can work your way into a good position there. Megan! So this is basically the beginning of that. Sue is making its way up to its potential here. You can see here Sue is also building momentum to another green moon. So Sue has every intention here to hit a 1 hour green moon, and Sue looks very, very good here. So whatever Sue's doing good. So let's jump over here, and we're going to jump into a 30-minute quick review of Sue. I just want to see the moon. All right, here's the 30-minute green moon. This is where we're looking for our trade. So Sue looks like we're going to get a long position right here. So Sue has gone the other direction on us. She's vicious. Let's take a 40% confirmation. We're going to go here at $1.20. She has a 30-minute green moon coming in. We're going to open a long position here. All right, so Sue, we're looking to dig into a long position here, guys. So we're going to start cost average buy here below this, whatever this mark is here, 1991. Let me get this to 1990. I'm going to open up a little more position there, and we got a 30-minute moon coming, right? That's going to be that pump. So this will be and don't forget, guys, every time there's a pump, there's a pullback to a pump to a pullback to a pump to a pullback. Oh, what's that? I don't want that. Why is that? I don't want a short. It's terrible. I want longs. Thank you. Oh, I hit the wrong side. Okay, we're good. Let's go. So we're going to start working our way into a little Sue long here. We have a 30-minute trend coming in. Longs, we're going to do isolated longs, 30, 40%ers, cost average buying in here. We need I need to get to ID. That's what I need to get to. That's where I want to be. I want to be on the ID trade. What do you got, Jimmy, on ID? What do you got on ID, bro? Keep me in the loop with ID. Where we at with that? All right. So here's Sue right here. We're gonna stay at that 1990 level. Got 150 in there. I need to get a green moon here. We have our trend. Yeah, we look like a bouncer here. All right, so let's see here. 1979. Okay. Let's play out. We're gonna go for a quick, not too greedy on this one. I'm already got half of my stuff back, but we're gonna work this over here. 20% stop loss. We have a 50% gainer. All right, looks good. Okay, we'll come back to that. What do I need is ID. Okay, so here we go. So we have our 1 hour green moon on JTO, right? Here's a 1 hour green moon. Now we're looking for what's called a trend to back us into the zone here, right? So 1 hour green moon on JTO, right? So you have a long position on JTO, right? So let's go dig into this a little bit further. Okay, JTO. All right, we're gonna dig over here. We need to go to JTO, right? JTO, right? We need a green trend for JTO. Let me dig into this real quick. I need to get the ID, guys. All right, so JTO, we're bending up. Let me go to my 30-minute. We have a 30-minute moon and a trend. We just got, okay, this is what we're looking for here. See the 30-minute moon, 30-minute trend. That confirms our little trade here. Let me go over here. JTO, we're going to go long, 41%. And we're going to enter here. I'm going to take this position on JTO. I'm going to put a little bit of buy down pressure here. And just to keep us active here, boys. Okay, so we got those two rolling there, and I need to get the ID. Now let's get over to ID, and let's find some action on ID. What do we got on ID, right? I jumped ID 32. Can you look at Bitcoin? Give me 1 second, guys. We're getting some basic trades in here real quick. IDO, ID. Now, Jimmy's got us on ID. He's got us with a 1 hour moon, right? So let's go back over here. You jump ID. Don't jump ID. Don't jump, Jimmy. Probably gonna go a little lower tomorrow. I'd wait. What do you look? This is interesting ID trade, but like the ideal of leverage crypto trading, never done it. Yeah. So Ryan Costco, what up, baby? Ryan Costco. I think Ryan Costco set me up with DirecTV. Is that you, bro? I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you. All right. So yeah. So here I go. Right. So ID, we need a 1 hour moon, right? I'm gonna set an alert here, and I'm gonna get that set up in here. So I'm gonna set an alert. I'm gonna put a 1 hour alert here. All right. Let me. That's the one I want, right? Add an alert right there. There it is. I want the 1 minute. I want the cross down. Crossing. Okay. Now I'm gonna come over here, and I'm gonna fire this up. This is a 1 hour moon, and then I'm gonna let that run there. Now I'm gonna set another alert there. This one's gonna be. There we go. So here's what we have on there. So let's go check out Sue. So right now, Sue, we're up 30% on our Sue trade, 37%. Didn't quite get my 50% yet, but I'm about to hit it right now. I'm up 40. So I'm about to make 75 of that. It's the 75 of that 130 I'm missing. Come on now. Pay me back, girl. Stop being greedy. Boom. There you go. Place the order, been sold. We got our money back. A little bit 50% there. Very good, guys. We're making our money back, guys. We're making our money back. We're making our money back here, guys. All right, so now we're in JTO and we're building this up a little bit here. We're getting our money back here. It's not easy being sneezy. All right, here's our order, 41%. Okay. All right, so now let's take a look at Sue Dog. Sue Dog hit the 30-minute green moon. Sue has a while to go. There's still a 1 hour trade there. This is just the confirmation of, the continuation here. So Sue is building up nicely here. Look at that. We're 120 to 125. Beautiful, beautiful little trade there. Here's the Sue long. So that's what Sue ended up doing right there. So Sue gave us 42% right there. So you can see we got $63 of our 120 that we were hunting. So we're just $60 short of breaking even with that girl. So we're gonna get our money back there. So here we go. So JTO, we're still working on some buy-ins here on JTO. So we're cost averaging into this little monster here. This little monster here wants to charge us a little more money. Alright, so let's go back to JTO. Sue looks really good, guys. If you're trading anything, Sue looks like it wants to be a monster. Don't forget, Sue needs a 1 hour trade. It's going to continue on. Right now, what I would do with Sue is watch the 5 minutes. Every time the 5-minute RSI hits the bottom, I would buy into Sue. And I would keep buying every time the 5-minute goes down and heads up. I would keep buying that, and that's going to give you a nice little trade for the night, and that'll get you over to your 1 hour trade. When the 1 hour hits, you're gonna probably get above here about 126. So Sue's a good little trade for the night, guys. When I get off, you can go hunt down some trades. Sue has value. Sue has a ton of value, right? So Sue has a lot of value right now. Definitely worth hunting in there. Definitely a good trade to really look at, right? So that'll be the trade for your nighttime here. Sue is on fire right now. So let's go back over here. And I can show you how to, if you're trading, let's say like you're moving across and you're trading Sue a little bit here. Let's do what's called a 10x leverage, right? So for my boy Costco, so here's what you do. You go over to Sue, and then it's kind of like what we call a position trade, right? So when we do a position trade, yeah, chicken, you know how we be. All right, so we're gonna go over here and position trade for Sue, right? Now, Sue, the current price for Sue is 12.54. I don't want that price. I want to be a little bit lower. So I'm gonna set my first entry a little bit lower there, but I'm changing my leverage here. So I'm doing more of we're gonna do a 20x leverage because we're going to be doing a little bit of a longer position side there, and we're gonna start buying into this Sue position a little bit more here, right? So there we go in there. And we're going to take it here. We're just going to buy some Sue position here. So Sue's going to be a good trade for you. You don't need a lot of leverage to make money on a position here. We're going to let Sue kind of like fill the void here. And we're going to keep asking for everything below 21.90. And that'll give us some positions there. And
See how it came down to hit my number. Don't buy above. Always let it come back to you and fill the order. So we're at 21.88. We'll get a little bit in there, but we'll keep asking for cheaper buys. Now we're doing a 10x or 18x, 20x. So we can get our position pretty healthy here, and we're going to get a nice little push and a run here. So here we go, 21.75. Let's go. Now this is where taking a look at the 5 minute. Let the 5 minute pull back, and this is where we're going to buy more of our position, right? So we're going to watch Sue. We're going to let the 5 minute RSI pull back, and then wherever it bounces and heads up, we're going to get into that trade, and that will start our trade for the night for Sue. Right? That's a cost average buy. That's a 10x leverage. It's nothing special that you're getting into. It's just a very low leverage position. Allows you to cost average buy and catch a running move like that, right? So that's kind of like Sue on there. Let's get over to JTO as well, and we're cost average. This one's a little bit different because we have a higher leverage, so we need to push this one a little bit more there. All right, so what else we got? So far, we're not getting too many green alerts on what we're looking for. Me personally, I love to short coins. I think shorting coins is a lot easier, making money on there. So let's see, IDO. So ID needs a moon. It's not getting it, so we'll come back to there. JTO has a green trend minute. It needs a 1 hour green moon, which is right here on cusp. So we need to increase positions here on ITO for that move. It's either going to reverse, reject off here. It doesn't look like it wants to reject too much, but this needs to trigger the alarm here. Second thing is I need a 15 minutes, and that's kind of bending down, which is causing this LDO pull, and Sue is breathing here a little bit and then going to make her move back to the top side here. So let's go back over to Sue Dog. Sue's taking a little breath here. Now, when you're using lower leverage, it allows you to cost average buy more efficiently and get yourself into a position where you have a better entry position on there. So all in all, man, we're just rolling through some trades here. But we just want to cover some things for the weekends, guys, just to give you guys some ideas of what you can do, some ideas to system-wise, make sure that you're always in a good position in trading and working your way up the ladder. Don't panic. Don't have a system and structure where it doesn't matter if you lose a couple trades, the winning trades will pay you back and get you in a better position to be where you need to be. And don't emotionally trade, meaning get in a trade, it goes the wrong way, panic. Stay with your system, stay with your structure, and then just look at the results at the end of what you're looking at, right? So this is where JTO here is failing to kind of break free here. The trade that we want to hit is the 1 hour moon. We don't have that yet, and we don't have the alert from it either, which is kind of like slowing us down here. We're not getting that break in the alert, and we need a trend, right? So we don't have two things for this JTO alert to do what it needs to do, and it's slowing down its process. Sue, on the other hand, we have some good momentum in Sue. Sue has the value here. See the 5-minute value. Nice, good 5-minute value. 15-minute value on Sue is up in the positive, and you can see over here if you go to JTO, let's go to our 15, or let's go to the 5-minute. Let's go to the 5-minute. We can see here that JTO has had high value already, and it's moving into, see how it had that red moon right there? It's bouncing off a red moon. It wants to get a little weak. Yeah, make sure you email me. Email bccryptonation@gmail. bccryptonation@gmail. Just send me an email, guys. Send me an email. bccryptonation@gmail. bccryptonation. So the name of the channel, guys, is BC Crypto Nation. Just put Gmail in front of that, bccryptonation@gmail, and get yourself in the basics. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 alerts here for the night. Not seeing the alerts actually, come alive. And I think we have a lot of long alerts here, kind of like set up. Not seeing those long alerts actually hitting, right? So Let's go to JTO here. All right. So JTO had a pullback scenario here. We're going to buy into it a little bit more there. Alright, so let's get this bag. JT, we have a $200 bag. That's our goal. 30% stop loss if we need it. Sue, we have a $230 bag, so that's fully in. With JT, we have a little bit of room here that we can kind of work here, but I'm not getting the 1 hour alert here, which is what I'm waiting for. So I don't want to be too fully committed into this trade here. But you can see our Sue trade is starting to pan out here. It's a slow moving trade. Remember, guys, it's only at 20x, but we're up 3%. Now, normally I use 100% leverage, which means that this would be times 5. So right now I'd be up 15%, which wouldn't be bad, but I'd be closer to get out of my trade. That's kind of like that simple. All right, so now. So, I mean, how you guys feeling out there? You all right? What's the indicator at the bottom? The indicator at the bottom is the basic, what we call a stochastic RSI. So, guys, we can do a little bit of Alf, trying to learn, baby. I want to create Forex. Which one is the right website? I want to create Forex. I want to create. You can, the indicators that we have, you can trade on Forex, right? So you can do them on Forex, but I don't trade Forex because it's a different little setup, right? Let's take a look at our trades here. So we're starting to pick up momentum. Sue is up 6%. The only one we're kind of working on, JTO, is having a little bit of a slowdown here, but as far as the overall here, Sue is doing what we want her to do. So Sue has a 20x, kind of like a position trade. It's going to be longer tonight. I'm going to let that play out because it has a lot of value. JTO over here is, we have a little bit of cost averaging that we can do for JTO, but we're going to call the trade at a 30x leverage stop loss just because, we needed to trigger its trade, right? So this is kind of what's bothering us here, is that it wants to do a 5-minute red moon, which would be where we close this trade. So if this happens, I have to close my trade, right? But if it can survive this move here and get back to business, then we're in a good position. But like I said, I got to trade off the system. If it tells me what to do, I have to do it, and it is what it is, right? But this is where you can see this little round moon pop up here. That will be a good beginning entry for us for this JTO, right? So all in all, we're all right. Sue, on the other hand, guys, if you're in the Sue trade is panning out pretty well. We're up 10% on Sue. So we're moving quite nicely over here on Sue. And that's only at 20x, right? Normally that should be 100, so I would be up 50% on there, but I'm up 11, so we're going here, guys. ICP, Paul G, what up, baby? All right, so ICP, who else we got up here, man? Whoa, Nelly. Yo, whoa, Nelly, you want to go live? Chief Engineering. Okay, you're trading the stock, right? Oh, okay, no. Okay, so Chief, Chief's like a be serious, right? All right, hello again. All right. So trading the stock, we're trading the coin though, bro. What are you trying to accomplish? I'm being serious asking the question. Okay. So what we're doing here, bro, is we're basically, what we're accomplishing here is we're just going over some basic trading of crypto, right? How to take profits, how to have a basic system, know when to take your loss, know when to get back into the trade, follow through, and stuff like that. So guys, is MEXC available in the US? So MEXC isn't available in the US. You have to use a VPN. It's not available. Now, if you use a VPN, right, you have to also, what's up, Rodriguez? What's up, baby? Welcome in, baby. So long positions, I use Coinbase in the United States. Okay, yeah, so Chief, you're not using any leverage, so you're using Coinbase. So what you're doing is you have spot trading, right? You're just buying a spot position and you're just holding for the rest of it. So we use leverage so we can, get more gains on it, right? Yeah. So for us, we're just covering basic future trading for guys and position trading and stuff like that. So guys, if you're going to trade on MEXC, right? It's very important you understand you need a VPN for MEXC, right? A VPN for MEXC. But the other thing that you have to understand is when you sign up to MEXC, guys, right? You have to understand this. When you sign into MEXC, you have to sign up with an email. Okay, do not use your cell phone. Your cell phone is connected to the United States. When you sign up with your email is how you get access. You need a VPN. Put yourself in Australia. Sign up with an email. When you go to do a 2FA, you do not use your cell phone to get text messages like you do with crypto.com. You use what's called a Google Authenticator to get your 2FA. Okay, does that understand? Sign up with an email. Okay, so MEXC, use a VPN. Sign up with an email. Okay, use the Google Authenticator for your 2FA. Never use your cell phone. If you guys want to sign up for MEXC, this is a VIP list here, right? So I'm gonna give you a VIP right here, right? And this is gonna be a screenshot. You can use this referral code, right? This is because we've got thousands of traders that use MEXC. The referral code is going to give you discounts on your trading, so that way you get discounts for how much trading we do. We do massive amounts of trading on MEXC, so we get discounts on our trading, so we're not paying full price, right? So this would be your screenshot to MEXC. So take your screenshot right there, and that's going to be your referral code on MEXC, right? There's your referral code for MEXC. Take a screenshot. This referral code will get you cheaper entries, cheaper trades, everything that you need. You can use this right here. But remember, oh, you did a, oh, Jimmy, you were in a short in ID? Good morning, Germany. What up, baby? Yo, where's my Sweden buddy, man? Where my boys from Sweden? Yo, put your country in there, man. How many people in Germany? How many people in Germany? How many people out there? How many people in Sweden? Yo, where are you from, man? Where my boys from the Swedes? I know the UK dudes are out there. I know UK's out there. Who's out there? Wunderbar. Wunderbar, my friend. Wunderbar. All right, so let's get back to the basics here. We're digging into these trades, right? So markets kind of go up and down. All right, so now Mexico, what up, baby? All right, so right now, guys, I don't normally trade on the weekends. We're just kind of closing out Friday. Weekends are for shorts. Jimmy didn't tell us he was shorting, so he kind of threw me off there. So Jimmy kind of threw me off on that short. But if I knew we were shorting ID, would have been in a good spot there. My bad, Jimmy. May, Tika, what up, man? I didn't know you were shorting, bro. I thought you were long positioning, right? All right, so weekends coming in, guys. Looks like we're starting to slow value. And the reason why on the weekends, guys, you want to do more shorts than longs is because obviously the value goes away, and then you start to head the other way. The place that trades the most in the world is Portugal. Portugal, baby. Who's in Portugal? Who's in Portugal, man? Who's in Portugal right now? All right, so just so you guys understand, value starts to go down on the weekends, but during the daily little frames, we could get something. So it's on the teeter-totter right now. Any tips on being a day trader? I'm new and want a day trade. All right, so Dogecoin. Best crypto trading I've seen on TikTok, actually trading, not just TA. Oh, yeah, we're digging in, man. 15%, 15-minute red moon. All right, so guys, Jimmy's in the academy, one of our academy guys. 15-minute red moon close on 15-minute 30 coming down. If you lose a price action, you don't need, if you use a price action, you don't need all this indicators. So price action, it depends on how you kind of like put through that, man. But indicators, just headed in there. What's up here? Needs Buenos Crypto. All right, man. All right, let's see. I am sure the banks with cryptocurrencies in Portugal, I'm sure they are, man. All right, so best VPN, right? Best VPN. That's actually a good question. The best VPN that we kind of use out there. We use a VPN that's called Express VPN, right? I like Express VPN. I also use a VPN called Ghost VPN. So Ghost VPN or Express VPN are pretty good VPNs, guys. Ghost or Express will be the best out there. Anybody else? Hey man, would you honor me and just put a couple indicators on there, the 200-day and the 20-day? I will do that for you, bro. Okay, so on our indicators, let me go ahead and slide in here. Let me pull up over here a little bit of the indicator action here, and I'm gonna turn on our indicators here, and I'm gonna go to my settings, right? Okay, so in my settings, I'm gonna show you where we're gonna go down here, and you want the 20 moving day average. And I'm going to turn this into a orange, let's make it blue, right? Let's make it like a light blue. All right, so you want the 20 day. What else you want? You want the 50? Okay. I'm going to put the 50. So let me do this, red, white, and blue. So I'm going to make the 50 a darker blue. So light blue, dark blue, 200. Okay. What else you want? You want the 9 EMA? We'll make it purple. Okay. So now we're showing the EMAs on here. You guys can get set up and we're gonna hit it. All right. So here's your EMAs, bro. Okay. Here you go. So now we're gonna set that in there for you. No big deal. You don't want the 9? Which EMAs do you want, bro? Which EMAs do you want, bro? We just put them all in there for you, big dog. All right, we got the 50, the 20, and the 9, bro. All right, so this is called an EMA, right? This is an EMA, only the 20-day red and then the 200 purple. Oh my God, this guy. All right, hold on. So just so you guys understand, if you're trading EMAs, right? This is the 9 EMA, and the rule of thumb is that once the trade candle breaks above the 9 EMA, that normally means the direction of the trade is positive, right? So since it's above the 9, means that it should be moving to the upside. As you can see, that holds true. The other one is the 20, and normally when it breaks below the 20, that means you're in a bearish move, and that's also true. And then the blue is going to be the 50 moving average, which is normally where it will touch before it runs, and you can see right there it did touch the 50 moving average before it went on its run. So that all held true to the understanding of how these EMAs would work there. All right, now let's dig into, you don't like EMAs? You don't like EMAs? All right, so let's go back over here, dig in some basics here. So let's go to our GTO, right? Now we're getting some moves that we want. Now we're not getting the trends that we want. So JTO is not pulling the volume that we need in there. All right. So that's not happening. Let's see. Sue, on the other hand, is moving nice and slow for the night. But overall, Sue looks like a slow mover to the top here. A lot of EMAs on there. Only need 2 in my 4 time frames. Okay. If you want to use EMA, use 270 and 30. What do you got there? 270 and 30. It all depends on what you want to trade, right? 270 and 30. So let's go to 270 and 30. So let's go over here, go to settings. So now we want the 200, which we have, right? And these would be changing the EMAs. So I'm going to get rid of the 9, the 20, and the 50. We're just going to keep the 200 EMA there. Now you want to see, let's see if we can upgrade some different EMAs. And I don't use all the EMAs in this, so I don't, we only put so many options in there. So for us, the only ones that are kind of important, if we are using them, would be the basics, right? So it would be your 200, right? So show the 200 here. It's just a different color, but the 200 is orange, right? And the 50 would be the other one that I would use, but that's the only ones I would use there. All right, what else we got? Smart money concepts we can put in there. Smart money concepts show some tables. All right, so we won't use any of the table side trades on those, so we'll get rid of those. All right, so let's get back to our trade zone here. We had 70%. Yeah, 200 is support and resistance level. Yeah, 200 is normally a good solid target for a 200. 200% is normally going to be your support and resistance level on your on your trades, right? So if you guys are using the indicators for your 200, 30%, or whatever your targets are, the 200 EMA is normally going to be the position where you set yourself up to um, take your spot or whatever you have there, right? So I'm going to take 50 on there. Okay. And then trade into SU. Right, so 200 moving average is a good place to sit yourself in for your support and resistance. All right, so Sue is still moving up. We're still there. Do you see the last week the chart? That's where I entered my long. All right, so what do you got the last week of the chart? What do you got? Sue? Which one are you talking about, big dog? Karam, what are you talking about? Do you see the last week on this chart? That's where I entered my long. What's your Karam? What are you looking at? Which point, big dog? The one you just closed. All right, so are we talking about this one? We're talking about Sue? All right, so here's Sue, right? So if we were entering Sue, right? Let's say, all right, let's get back to the basics, right? Let's say if I was actually entering Sue, right? So you're talking about Sue, right? So for us, this is kind of like day trading here, but this is where we do investment trading, right? This is a whole different ballgame, right? So investing trading works like this. So how many people hit ones in the chat if you guys want to do more investing trading, right? Where you buy something and you hold it. How many people want to understand that? Hit ones in the chat. What up, baby? Why, Coach? What up, man? Welcome into the chat, bro. Don't forget, hey, Forza. What up, Forza? The pair right here is going to be Sue. All right, so what we're going to do here, guys, if you want to learn, like, position trading or, like, what, WSG, what up, baby? Wheelie. All right, so let's go over some, hit the ones. So we got 100 people in here, man. Hit the ones in the chat. Lexi, what's going on? Mitchell. Hit the ones in the chat if you guys want to understand investing trading versus day trading, right? So investing trading is something I haven't really talked about or covered, but we're going to cover it real quick here because, I want 1,000% some volatilistic. All right, so Megan is definitely a trader that wants to learn position trading, right? So let me show you how this works here. So this right here, these are, you can see the background now. You see the background, how it's red. See this background red and green. So these are the Academy investing indicators, right? So this is where when we start trading, this is basically a very simple process, right? So this is where you can find your biggest entries, biggest moves. But so entering this trade here, right? So like see how Sue is, you see this massive trade here, right? Do you see fundamental analysis or technical? Do you use fundamental? So for me, we kind of use both in there, right? So we're using fundamental and technical on both sides, right? The thing that we have here is where we're just, it depends on what you want to trade, right? So for instance, like let's take a look at Sue, right? So if we take a look at Sue, we're going to back Sue out a little bit here, and we're going to look at Sue's overall trading, right? So here you can see a very simple thing, right? This is on a weekly, right? I didn't go, I went 4 hour, right? So I just want to see how the chart looks. All right, so let me put it on the daily. So we'll start your daily, that's fine. What do you mean, a daily? Okay. So here's how the daily looks, right? Let me Control Z. I don't know about that. I need to close that. Okay. So here's how the daily, let's go to the daily on the, all right, here we go. So here's how the daily looks, right? All right, so this is where we get into what's called investment trading, right? So you see right here, we have a daily chart, okay? Now, on the daily chart, you have the same thing. You see this big red panel? Right, so the red panel just means that we're going in a down period, right? See that big red panel? And then we had our one bounce here, which is this little retest here, and then this positions us into our next entry position here, right? So this would be where we would be entering Sue, right? Now, this is a buy on Sue at 39 cents, right? So how many people wanted to buy Sue at 39 cents? How many people want to buy Sue at 39 cents? Right? 39 cents, that's a pretty good price, man. He said, my candles went crazy. Okay, Megan, ready? Put your mouse here and scroll right? But what you want to do is go over to your money side, go to your dollar side. So everyone who uses TradingView, while we're here, let's do some education. If you change in your time frames, your candles get a little crazy. You have to take your mouse, right? Your mouse, and you have to go to your middle of your chart here, and you just have to when you scroll your mouse up, right? See how it goes long, see how it goes, make them taller, make them shorter. You have to open them up a little. Then you need to move over to the price of the coin or whatever stock, and you need to make them taller. See, right? And then you make them wider, and then you kind of like fit them into your box to where you can, you can see them, right? See, right there. See that? All right, you like that? Right there. So that's how you use TradingView. Everyone who's ever been in the TradingView makes the same mistake. Right? So that's how that's done. Okay, now let me show you how you could buy your SUI, right? Now notice down here, we have all this red down here. This is the daily chart, right? See all this red? Red, right? And we had your green moon here. Now let me show you the difference here, right? So this green moon, I'm going to mark this green moon right here. That's a green moon, okay? So the green moon. And then I'm going to mark the second daily green moon, right? Which is right here, okay? I'm going to show you guys something. I won't get too far into it, but I want to show you how to invest properly so that way you have it set up. So see that green moon? You guys see that? See that green moon right there? See that other green moon right there, okay? Now, we're going to go to what's called a 4-hour chart. Now, you see how my candles went up here? Megan, you see that? See how the candles went up? I have to drag my candles back down, and I have to use my mouse to make them look the way I want. But what we're going to do here is we're looking for these daily candle things right here. Okay. So here I can see. If you guys have any questions or want to get more information on how to learn to invest or trade, you can always send me a Gmail at vccryptonation@gmail. Now that is one word, vccryptonation, one word, like the channel at Gmail, and I can answer more questions. But what I want to show you guys here is how we tell the difference between when we're entering positions and what we have, right? So these are the two daily moons, right? So daily moon, right? Remember these lines, right? There's your daily moon. And I'm going to make them a little bit taller here, and I'm going to change them to, let's make them yellow, and we're going to go back and double check so you guys can see that those are the correct ones, and make them, there you go. So let's go back to the 4-hour, we're going to go back to the daily, and on the daily, you have to move your candles, remember, you have to always move your candles. All right, now if your chart gets crazy like this, scroll it over, right? The candles were gone, you have to scroll them over, right? And you have to spread them vertically and then make them taller. Okay, so in this position here, right, you see the green moon right there? See that green moon? Okay, I'm gonna open this up a little bit. I want you guys to understand what I'm talking about, right? See that green moon right there, that little green circle? And you see this green circle, right? Now I'm marking them, see the yellow lines? Yellow line, right? So there we go. Now, when this yellow line comes in, you see this RSI? I do like ICP. XRP Unleashed coming soon to streaming. Let's go. Are they making a movie? Yeah, I want to be in that movie. Put me in that movie. Put me in the movie, okay? Put me in the movie. All right, see this moon? Okay, let me show you a tip. Okay, now you see down here, you see the RSI, right? You see this? I'm gonna make this line go through everything, right? So the moon to the trend to here. You see that? Boom, boom, boom. You see that? Boom, 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 right? We're doing the same thing over here. Ready? Green moon, boom, green here, right? And then right here, the yellow moon, right? You're gonna put that up, right? Okay. So now I want to show you, put VC on the damn movie. That's right, man. Put me on the movie. All right. So now I want to show you like how you can tell the difference of where your buys are, right? Here we go. So let's open this up a little bit. Here's your whole trade. Let me slide here. And now I'm going to go here. I hope you guys are in that long, right? We're up 38%. How many people are in the Sioux long? Did you guys go long like I told you? Do you guys like making money or no? You don't like it? All right, you don't like making money. Okay, don't worry about it. All right, let's go back to business. Let me go back over here. Forget about it. Don't worry about it. Don't forget what you're seeing. Don't worry about it. No, no, yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, guys. You don't need to make money. All right, so let's go over here. Okay. Now, you see this long? You see that? You see this, right? Now, let me show you how to make money, right? So, you guys ready to see the difference? Who wanted to buy SUI at 39 cents? Who wanted to buy it at 39 cents? Who wanted to know how to buy it at 39 cents? Hit the ones in the chat, guys. Hit the ones. Hit the ones, baby. Hit the ones. Let me show you, man. You're welcome, man. You're welcome. Okay. So now, taking a look at this guy. Emmanuel, what up, baby? Emmanuel's in the house, guys. Welcome back. DT, everyone's back from the holidays. BT Mo's, hey, PJ, welcome back. Well, user, what's up, man? Welcome back from the holidays. JD in the house. Welcome back from the holidays. Welcome back. Welcome back. Guys, Happy New Year. Welcome back. We are making money in school. And right now we're covering how to invest in school, right? So it's kind of where it is, right? You never complete a thought because you don't know what you're talking about. Slow and steady. You are very, very. Okay, let's move on. Now let's and I would say like not bright, but we're complete a thought on that, but hypothetically saying, just say, right? Okay, so anyways, here let's go here, guys. Here we go. Should I kick him? All right, man, let me kick him. Slow and steady. Yeah, you're slowing out of here. There you go. Have a great day. All right, there you go. Boom. All right, let's dig in, right? Okay, so here we go. Now, here you have a green moon, right? Here you have a green moon. Now, let me show you the difference. You see this RSI right here? This is the stochastic. Here, your stochastic RSI is always at the top, right? Over here, see how your stochastic RSI is at the bottom? Okay. Now, this is a entry zone, right? And the second thing is the trend. When you have an RSI here, we allow the trend to push up and we wait for a retest. See that red moon? Once we get the first red green moon and the second moon, we know that the next entry is the long, right? So let me open this up for you, right? Okay. See this? Let me make this wider. So you see this first moon? That moon right there is considered the warning trade. You see right here, you have a red moon right there, right? Let me see if you guys can get it. Let me dig you guys in. Okay, there you go. See that green moon? Now a red moon. The next moon is the entry, right? Which is this moon here. Okay? Now let's close that back up. Now let's look at the chart. First moon tells you that the entry is coming. Second moon lets you know that this is the retest. Here you go. See the retest? Now, see this moon hit right here? See this trend? You see that go green right there? See that? See that entry right there? See that price? What does that price say? 39.43. No, bro. What do you mean, Alejandro? Did I get into? Why would I get into? Why would I get into SIU, bro? What long? Who called it? Oh, wait a minute. I got it, bro. I got it. Don't worry about it. I got it, bro. Don't worry about it, bro. I made my 100 back. I made my 100. I'm done. I'm ordering it. Yo, baby, I made 100. Order me some food, baby. Order me some food. You guys want to see something cool? Y'all want to see something cool? You remember that other trade, JTO, guys? You remember that other trade? Yeah. You remember that other trade I made? Remember that trade I made? Remember the trade? Remember that JTO trade? Right? You remember that trade? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that trade? Right? Remember that trade was down 29, 30%? Y'all remember that trade? What you know about that? JTO just took profits, baby. JTO just took profits, baby. Let's go. Let's check out that position. JTO position. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for that? Y'all ready for that? JTO making money today. JTO making money today. $300. JTO, yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's how we do it, man. That's how we do it, man. That's how we do it. Then we're gonna get $100 out of here. Look at this. Now we got $100. Baby, I'm up 200, baby. Baby, can I get some food? Made some money, baby. We can get Taco Bell. Order me some Taco Bell, baby. I made $200, baby. Can I get Taco Bell? Can a brother eat? Can a brother eat? Can a brother eat? Y'all thought I was playing. Y'all like this guy. I mean, I was thinking to myself. I was like, I feel like I don't know what I'm talking about, and that's why I can never finish my thought. You know what I'm saying? Somebody told me that one time. Yeah, you remember that? Hello, what up, Robbie? Hello, Stanley. What's up, man? Y'all remember that? I remember one time, and this is where you guys have to understand. You gotta like make sure you always push forward. You understand? You know what I'm talking about? Yo, Megan, you in the house? Megan. Megan, you in the house? Oh, my bad, Skyline. I got you muted. I got you muted? My bad, bro. Skyline, you're unmuted, but you have to click your mic down there. Make sure you mute your mic, big dog. Because last time you were on, we were listening to your solo. You're good, bro. How's your new iPad, big dog?
It's great, man. It is. I didn't know I was on live. I got it going right now, and I miss Sue. And then Jordan just hit me up with the short on Sue, so I'm checking it out.
Yeah, we're waiting for Sue to come back down, man. We're just kind of like closing out. So Sue would be, it's pushing right now, and it kind of like puts us through, right? Let me double check Sue. So Sue would be, eventually it's going to come down here. It's had a huge run. We're waiting for a 15-minute red moon here. I don't know how smooth it would go in this side here. We could try a reversal here. I mean, we're up $100. Let's link it the other way. All right, don't order Taco Bell yet, baby. We never know how this might go. All right, it's all right. Let's.
I muted it. It's good talking to you, but now I'm right here watching.
Yeah, you're good, bro. So I'm gonna put my stop loss at 20% there because we don't want to give back too much Taco Bell money. I want to order, the supreme taco. You know what I'm saying? I want sour cream. That's all I'm saying. Can't give back all the money. That'd be crazy. Crazy talk, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's dig into what we're doing here, guys. So Sue is still along here for us to do. But what I want to do here is I want to go over here. I'm gonna say so. Tell Jordan right now. Be careful on Sue. It's not quite there yet. But we're waiting for the next 15-minute red moon, red trend. We'll definitely be a short on Sue. Right now we got a green moon and we got a green trend. So Sue is dangerously in a long position here, but he's on the cusp of it right there. Like it needs to pull back to start it's short, so he's right in the area. He's pretty close to it, but be careful. All right, who else we got in Discord today? What else we dealing? Bonkers, what up, baby? All right, so Honey Badger, oh my boy, Honey Badger's back in town, boys. Welcome back, Honey Badger. Everybody's coming back from the holidays. How you feeling, big dog? Honey, you back in business? And don't forget Skyline. Mute your mic. Mute your mic, big dog. I love you. That's the bottom down there, bro. It's all about Discord. Look at your bottom by your name. There should be a mic by your name there. Yeah, go down. Like look at your Discord. Look at the chat. Right, go all the way down to the bottom, and at the bottom of the Discord app, they'll have your name, right, and then next to it you'll see like a circle with a green dot. To the right of it, right there, is the mic. And then Megan needs to turn down TikTok. Megan said, I'm learning. So Megan's learning Discord, guys. Give her a sec. She's learning. All right, so Sue to me is still hot, but let's get back to Sue on how to invest in Sue, right? So let's go back to the daily. Right, I'm gonna pull this up. So if you wanted to buy Sue at 39 cents and get into the trade, this is where we would buy into this trade here. It's very simple, right? It's the green moon, green trend. Here's your indicator. You would have bought on this green trend right here, confirmation. and then you ride that trade up. Now that trade gave you a full ride up into this point. It had a pullback and a second leg go. So if you would have bought Sue at 39 cents, if you were using our investment decision there, you'd be up 100, 116, something like that, 100%, right? So now do the fact that we do it times a 10x. So I don't know who asked for 1000x, but you'd be up 1000x right now. Who is that? Who asked for 1000x? Who does that type shit? Is that my guy in Hawaii? Is that my boy over there in Hawaii? Windward? Is that you, Windward? Give me 1000%, man. Give me 1000%. What indicators that will tell me to buy? So these indicators right here, poverty dude. I love my boy poverty dude, man. So what these indicators are, these are called V cell. Let me pull up the indicator, right? So indicators, these are invite only. They're called making trading easy, right? So you see that right there. So they're multi-time frames, price trend, alerts, all those things, right? So if you want to 200 EMA, tell me when to buy the 220. Okay, so let me pull this up here. So I'm going to pull up an indicator here, and the indicator is, what is it? You want the moving average, right? So I'm going to put the moving average, right? And let's see here. All right, moving average. And normally they're double, but let's go triple. Moving average, simple, right? So let me see if this pulls up something for me here. Let me see if I can get into these moving averages. So, and that's only the 5, right? So on the moving average here, I'm going to go to settings, and I want the length to be what? What do you need, the 20? So we need the 20 moving average, right? Length 20, right? Style 20, method moving average, length 5, right? Are those? I'm going to cut that. All right, so let me see this here. So this is the moving average. This is blue. This is the 5 moving average. So length 20, simple moving average 5. What you want, the 20, right? You want the 20 moving average? All right, so that should be recalculating to the 20. You want the 20 and the 200, right? All right, so let me move this over. You want the 200 moving average. Here we go. Here we go. 9, 12. Okay, here we go. There we go. That's what we want. Okay, so let me get rid of an indicator here, which is this one. I'm going to put it in here, and I want the 200. All right, so you need the 200 and you want the 200 and the 20, right? All right, give me 1 second. 200 and the 20. 200 and 20. Okay, here we go. Daily moving average, right? So now I need to go into this 200 moving average here, and the 20, we're going to make the 20 white, and you need the 200, right? And I'm going to shut off this one, and I need my 200 red. There you go. All right, so you want the 20 and the 2. That's what you want, right, bro? That's what you want? All right, so here's our 200 is going to be red. Here's our 20. Okay. So let's go down here. Okay, so now, where's the 2? So you want the 200 moving average, right? All right, so here's your 200 moving average. No. So here's your moving average, right? See this 200 moving average? All right, so we only trade the 5 and the 15 1 hour in 1 day. Okay, this is the daily. This is the daily. Here's your daily. So your 200 moving average. So when would you enter? So here's the 20 right here. So the 20 is white. No, here's the white one right here, 20. All right, so when are you going to enter? When would you enter? When it gets above the 20 and the 2? Are you talking about the cross right here? Go to the 15 minute. Okay. I'm going to go to the 15 minute. All right, there we go. 15 minute. All right. All right, 15 minute. Run the 15-minute. Here's our 200. Here's our 20. Let's see. 15, 20. All right. Take back my position on that bad boy. All right. Let me get back into the civics. You want to trade the 15 and the 2. All right, so okay, so what you're doing is so only with okay, I can't predict what's going to happen. I can tell only what accuracy tells you what is happening in moments. Okay. I don't like to lose money at all. Okay. All right. So you're moving a 200 move. Okay. Let me set this up a little bit different here. So let me get rid of the daily times. Let me go to the indicators. I'm gonna type in the 200, right? I want a moving average, right? Daily moving average. And let's lie. So I'm gonna take. All right, here's moving average, right? 10, 20, 200. Let me go over here, go into settings, right? And settings. 200-minute, 3-minute RSI. So, all right, I know what you're saying. Right. So, let me get rid of those. All right. So, the basis is if you're using that on that smaller time frame, right, you're not going to get all the data on Sue that you need, right? So for us, it would be a very simple thing, right? So what we have here is when you pull up the indicator, here we go to our settings. You can see here that we're using what's called the 200 EMA, right? So it's the same thing as the 200 that you want to run, but it's an average moving, right? So here for us is money and trend, right? Putting us at an entry way down here, right? Which allows us to take advantage of the trade that we want, right? Which is a little bit further than that. But I know what you're saying, right? So we don't worry about so much of um, the basics in there, right? We kind of just roll with what we got. So for us, it would be a very simple entry trade, pullback entry here. We buy at 40 cents, and then at 40 cents we rock and roll, and that's where we easily do 100%, and then whatever we have. Yeah, I know what you're saying, man. I understand. Like, we can dig in a little more, man. Next time I come on, I'll have my 250 set for you, and then we'll dig into, kind of breaking there. All right, here we go again, guys. So we are still in SUI, as you can see here. I picked up another position here, and this position right here, I just picked up literally to pay for my Taco Bell, $50. We're gonna get this rolling real quick. All right, baby, I'm hungry, man. So let's get this rolling here. So I'm gonna put my stop loss over here, and I'm gonna rock my stop loss here at 0, and I'm gonna take profit at 100. And we're gonna try to sneak another couple hundred out of Sue real quick. Now for us, changing this or actually getting out of Sue, no, I got you, bro. We'll dig into like the I'll dig into the 200 and all that for you, so you gotta understand what we're talking about, right? That kind of like brings the entire basics to it, right? Kind of allows us to build on what we got, man. Let's see here. All right, so for us, trading Sue would come down to the only way we actually get out of Sue is in a short position. What we need is a 3-minute moon and trend, and right now we don't have a 3-minute moon, right? So this is still a long position right here. Ali, guys, if you have any question about what indicators or what we're using, just send me a Gmail at vccryptonation@gmail, vccryptonation@gmail, and we'll get back in there. And we'll kind of get in there. So just do a run, kick cap down. So we started the day off. We kicked it off with $500 wallet. We got our $700 right now. So that's where we wanted to be. a basic, profitable moment here. Now we're going to let this run until we get a 3 minute moon and trend. So I'm going to let that stay running on Sue, and we're going to go from there. How did JTO do? JTO came in, got its volume that it wanted, made our 50%, so we're good there. ID still had a pullback on there. So we did what we had to do, guys. We made our money there. And this is kind of an example where you don't need, so when you're right, so here you go. Like for instance, right? 16% move, which is nothing, made $40, right? So if you could imagine trading $250 and making 20% moves where you made 50 bucks every trade, and you did that 10 times a night, right? You can make 500 bucks here just sitting on the basics. So when you guys learn some basic stuff, you'll be able to make some money there, right? So let me cut the stream because I'm going to get into more of lunch and dinner, and it's been a long night trading. Guys, if you have any questions or want to get into any type of trading, please make sure that you reach out to me and send me a Gmail at vccryptonation@gmail, vccryptonation@gmail, and so VC Crypto Discord. So the email is vccryptonation@gmail. Name of the channel, send me a Gmail.